trouble in the Empower Home team. 833-453-SOLD. 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 Visit gayhasthebuyers.com. That's gayhasthebuyers.com.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
A few flurries this morning, then we'll see some clearing skies, but it's going to be cold and windy all day with temperatures in the upper 30s and a good breeze to go along with it. I'm Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. The Senate returns to Washington victorious. Mitch McConnell is no longer leader. We bring you inside the Senate vote. Tell you what really happened.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
630 KHOW Denver. Listen.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A New York judge will today decide whether President-elect Donald Trump's hush money case deserves sentencing or whether it should be dropped. Trump was convicted earlier this year, but his re-election complicates things. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is to release his opinion on the matter sometime today. The president-elect working on plans to make good on his campaign promise to carry out what he says will be the largest mass deportation in U.S. history.
Sources tell ABC News the Trump team is already considering expanding immigration detention centers and restarting family detentions. The president-elect saying he has plans to declare a national emergency and use the military to help deport undocumented immigrants.
ABC News Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce. Court appearance today for Ramon Rivera, the homeless man accused of stabbing 3 people to death on Monday in a rampage that took place on the streets of New York City. This is ABC News. Fresh hope today for a truce between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. After talks today, the American envoy there says an agreement is within their grasp. Back and forth before the Texas Board of Education today over a proposal to put Bible lessons in public schools.
The arguments for and against the idea are not necessarily new.
Not only is learning about common stories and phrases from the Bible important in a student's understanding of history, but it is the First Amendment right to have access to this information.
How can we teach religion in public schools? Whose religion are we talking about?
After hearing from more than 150 witnesses for and against the plan, the State Board of Education could vote on it as early as today. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
And one of the all-time tennis greats is getting ready for his last tournament. Rafael Nadal picked to play singles for Spain in the Davis Cup today. It is the last tournament for the 22-time Grand Slam winner after announcing his retirement. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. Opening a My Social Security account gives you secure access to your personal record and interactive tools tailored for you. You can see if you are eligible to receive benefits, view spousal benefit estimates, and compare retirement benefit estimates at different ages or dates when you want to start receiving benefits. Already receiving benefits? Use your account to change your address, set up or change direct deposit, get a proof of income letter, and more. In most states, you can also request a replacement Social Security card. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A prosecutor calls the shooting that injured Broncos receiver Josh Reynolds a coordinated, organized assault. In court yesterday, attorney Holly McDonald told the judge it was a violent, vicious attack on the citizens of Denver. She spoke during a hearing for one of the 3 men who've been charged in the shooting that happened a month ago on I-25. Reynolds' 2 companions were also injured. 2 of the suspects face attempted murder, assault, and other charges. A candlelight vigil will be held tonight in Colorado Springs, 2 years after a shooting at Club Q left 5 dead and 19 injured. Shooting survivor Ed Sanders says he won't forget those who died.
I feel their presence amongst the other people, you know. They're not gone, they're just missing.
A permanent memorial planned with columns dedicated to each of those who were killed. The shooter pleaded guilty earlier this year and was sentenced to life.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture. Well, they got our 2 crashes on C470 cleared. The one on the ramp westbound to University is gone, and they cleared out the wreck for the most part on that ramp westbound C470 to eastbound I-70. All the emergency equipment is left. Still a couple of cars to the right shoulder, but it's not backing up that drive. We're looking good on the west side of town through there. Still a little slowing southbound I-25, I-70 to Spear. Northbound I-25, a little busy here coming up through the bridges. Both sides of 270 pretty jam-packed as you make your way to Vasquez. As we take a look at your weather for today, we're looking at most...
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
It's open enrollment, the once-a-year time government gives us to enroll or change our health insurance. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I would never consider buying health insurance without using Integra Insurance, the experts on my radio show. They saved me $500 this year on a Medicare supplement. Whether you're on Medicare, looking for supplements or Advantage, or looking for conventional health insurance.
All right, by the way,
Integra
I am
will
here.
look at everything available and come up with the right plan for you. Always saving you money. IntegraInsurance.com.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Heard
All
of a
right.
car crash? Get John Fuller on your side. Call Fuller.com.
It's the Dan
Let me see if
Caplis Show.
Marky's there.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
Tuesday at 4. Why are Polis and Weiser helping to cover up for Jenna Griswold in this Secretary of State office scandal? And is there any way for we, the people, to force a true independent investigation? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. What's going on in your life? Let me bring up the peeps in the studio. And there they are. We see the handsome John Fuller. If you're streaming, Dak, don't raise your hand. I'm not going to speak about you. I'm going to put the ads over your face. Anyway, John Fuller, personal injury attorney and lawyer extraordinaire. Marc Mager, Marc Mouth Mager. That's a compliment, by the way. He's at the helm. And then we have someone else there that I'm covering up with my little picture. But, that's Dollar, isn't it?
That's Scott, man.
Deputy Dollar. Thumbs up, bro. Okay, so welcome. John, what's new in your life and any new laws coming into effect after the first regarding your industry, sir?
Nothing new. We're busy. We are, we're just rocking and rolling here. We've had a lot of changes in the last year. We've had new caps put in place that are taking effect over a period of time for different types of cases. So it's it's just an exciting world.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to go to the phones. Phones get priority. And then believe it or not, John, I have actually saved up emails and faxes when it comes to you. Now, I tell them to call you, by the way. I always respond to them saying, call John. But
I got a question for him.
Yeah.
The new laws that kicked in, one of them upped something to like over $2 million for like wrongful death or something. Is that right? Yeah. Did Exactly. you have any cases where you waited to no man's land between the old and the new caps? So it's very complicated.
Okay, very complicated, but All they have to do is call you. I mean, people don't understand that. You probably get calls all the time, people just with a quick question. Hey, is this too late? Is that too late? Is this okay? Is that okay? You don't mind those kinds of calls, right?
Oh, absolutely not. That's what I do every day.
You even get calls from people who have friends that say, hey, I'm calling for a friend, right? I mean, there's no problem with that. Of course, you want to talk to the person directly, but they can ask you quick questions. So I want to ask you something. What is the biggest question you get? Seriously, I'd like to know that. Of all the questions you get.
Well, I think fundamentally, Tom, it comes down to just a lack of information. People go through this world having a perception that they have good insurance and that they're well prepared in the event that something happens. But then when it happens, they get thrust into this system to where nothing really makes sense. You've got all these individual players that are out for themselves, such as the ambulance, the emergency room, all these different doctors and stuff. They're all out for themselves. They're all gunning to get as much of your money and your benefits as they can. And so, the sooner that we get involved and we can kind of jump in the pit and take on all these different players and make them do their job, make them bill appropriately, make them follow the rules that exist out there, the better you're going to come out of that procedure or that process than doing it by yourself. So that's really what it comes down to.
How often do you get a call where someone actually either caused the accident or, say, ran into a tree by themselves? And, of course, there's no coverage there, but they think there is.
Yeah, we get calls like that. I mean, we get calls that people are just, it's crazy, but you get all kinds of calls, and sometimes we get calls from the people that actually caused the accident and don't know what to do. And I'm happy to, point those people in the right direction as well. Fortunately, the right direction is having them call their own insurance company, and they'll defend it and take care of them. But, sometimes I have to point them in that direction.
Now, Bob has a question. Go ahead, Bob. Or maybe a question for you. Go ahead, Bob.
Yes, sir. I was calling about a question about the definition of personal injury attorneys and where you can help. Is personal injury only physical, or could it be, for instance, I'm calling because I was basically involved in a carjacking.
All right, why don't you explain your situation, and then we'll expand on it. Okay. So what exactly happened?
Okay. Yeah, so I went to a hospital to pick up my mom after cancer surgery, and when I pulled up to the valet, a gentleman approached me with a valet ticket, and I got out, and as you do, you get out and you hand them the keys. But something told me that something was a little bit off, and I don't know what it was, but I just got this feeling. And I asked the guy, hey, can I see your hospital ID? And he said, yeah, just a second. And he shoved me out of the way, jumped into my truck, and drove off, stole it.
Mm.
Oh, my God. I often wondered about that. In fact, that's an ingenious way of stealing a car. I've heard of that before, but never actually talked to someone. I thought it was maybe, one of these things that could happen. You actually had it happen to you.
Yeah, it took about 5 seconds.
Did this guy have on any special clothing that would allow, why did you think it was someone with valet? Did he have tickets in his hand? Did he attempt to look like a valet?
Why would you not? I mean, I'll give the guy credit. You pull up to a valet stand or something in a place that's supposed to have a valet. Why would you assume that they weren't,
Well, in the hospital's current staff,
now, did he have a ticket to give you, by the way? I just need to know that.
He said he did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He tore the bottom half of the ticket off like you would do, and he gave it to me.
Found one in the parking lot out there or something.
No. He took it right off the valet stand, and that's my point. The way they have this set up, their little valet stand is out there a lot of times.
So did he steal your car?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever get it back? I'm just curious what happened. Did you ever get it back? Was the guy arrested? Did they know who he was? Tell me.
5 days later, they recovered my car. The person wasn't near it. They just found it based off the license plate, and they saw it tucked in an alley somewhere. So they didn't make an arrest. But they did. I mean, it was full of drugs, meth, coke, fentanyl, So my insurance company said, well, this is a total loss. You can't even get in it.
For
Sorry.
sure.
Now, I want to know this. John Fuller, is there any way in any universe that the hospital or the valet service could be held responsible for not doing their due diligence, not having people there? I don't know. What is their standard of care for guarding those tickets and all of that stuff?
That's an interesting question, really, and one that I had not really thought of in this circumstance. We had a case a number of years ago where it's called Taco Bell v. Lannon, and it's kind of a controlling case where a Taco Bell got robbed over and over and over again. And one time there was a group of customers, and somebody came in, and it was an armed robbery, and they shot a couple of the customers. And the customers sued, and of course, Taco Bell at the time said, how could we possibly know, we're not responsible for somebody in the commission of a crime coming in and doing this.
Right.
And the court actually held that you could reasonably foresee that you were going to be the victim of another armed robbery because you had already been robbed a number of times. And it kind of made sense that, this happens over and over again. You can't just keep begging off and saying, how could we possibly know when you do know?
Was that ruling ultimately withheld?
No, that was the ruling, and it's still the law today.
Wow.
It's been in the books for 25 years.
All right, now hold on. So his real question has to do with him, obviously, and maybe personal injury of another sort.
Right.
But hold on, and we'll come right back to you. Okay, Bob? I'm Tom Martino, waterpros.net. Right now, it's the best deal you're ever going to get on water systems. Just simply the best deal. And we're talking about a whole house water softening system. Better for plumbing, better for showering, better for your skin, better for your laundry, better for everything. Plus drinking water, reverse osmosis. Both systems combined, $31.95. This is a screaming deal even for waterpros.net. Plumbers can't touch it for $12,000 or less. They do it for more. I swear to God, $31.95. And I promise you, you will never find a better deal. You go look and let me know. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
Thank you. It's a different guy on the phone for you.
You think our country's going in the right direction, or does it feel like everything's falling apart? If you're a bit concerned, you're not alone. In fact, Americans from all walks...
You good on the change-up?
...prepare for whatever's coming next. And that starts with having an emergency food supply.
What do you think of Joe Biden?
Storing food in your home is the right...
Kelly thinks you are.
In crazy time.
No, she's always screaming at me to help you out.
People are preparing. Right now, you can get ready, too, with a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. It comes with delicious foods like creamy stroganoff, honey wheat bread, and mushroom rice pilaf, all offering over 2,000 calories every day. Their food kit lasts up to 25 years. Who knows what our country will look like then? But when that day comes, you'll be ready. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com now to order your 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com right now.
There are different stages in our life for different investment options, but as you near retirement, let's talk to our retirement experts here, retirement income experts. Jordan Cano, who has partnered with his dad and their firm, MyMoneyMyWay.com, to talk about retirement income. Jordan.
Yes, that's right, Tom. We consider ourselves retirement income specialists. This just means that when people are ready to retire, they are focused on just taking money out of 401ks. Well, that's not the only choice. Nowadays, you're able to turn these monies into pensions, income streams for the rest of your life, and this is important so you don't outlive your income when you're living into your 70s, 80s, and 90s.
That's really important. And explain the ratcheting up and no losing.
Well, with these programs, you have the ability to still capture the upside gains of the market without the downside risk of dropping your account value. This allows you to ratchet up that income every year, get a guaranteed return. And the beautiful part is you're at the terms of when you decide to turn that income on. Some people don't want Uncle Sam taxing that money right away, so they wait until they absolutely have to. And that's how we meet and show you guys.
Okay, now, so Jordan, when we talk about guaranteed against a loss. So we're not just talking about your initial investment. We're talking about that ratcheting. So everything you earn, you keep.
That's right. Every year that locks in. There's a floor that you can't go lower than 0%. And that's the beautiful part is it ratchets up every year, just like a stairway.
Good. Now, if you want to know more, you can always go right to their website, mymoneymyway.com, or call them for a private meeting, a Zoom call, whatever you'd like. 303-779-6600, 779-6600, and that's mymoneymyway.com. Now, let's talk about another attorney or an attorney here who can help you in another aspect of your life, and that is real estate. It is very, very important that you have the right counsel when it comes to real estate matters. Like, for example, going over closing docs or maybe reviewing lease contracts, commercial contracts. Okay, let's say you're buying a home with a partner for a fix and flip. Whatever it is, real estate, you may want the eyes of O'Brien Legal Services because they do it all when it comes to real estate, including if you're a landlord and you need some help with the eviction process now. OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388, OLSlaw.com. There's one place that I recommend when you're looking for solar, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, redrocksrs.com. We're talking about people that know it all, from the sales to the installation to the service and all of the tax credits and special grants available, especially with commercial outfits. They've been helping people get it paid for 100% of the time. Red Rocks Roof and Solar is redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449, always free consultations, guaranteed activation dates, 303-704-2449.
Thank you. Minute 30.
Thanks.
I love George Foreman grills. I used to have one. I haven't had one forever, but all the grease would run off in one direction.
Yeah. Oh, really? Let's talk about it. If you want to bring up anything after, if we have a little break here, that's a great idea.
Hell no. Actually, I do know people that boil ribs, though. And then they'll grill them for a sec. I've seen it both, where they will just boil. They're actually pretty good, too, man. I think a lot of restaurants do that, actually.
And all different.
St. Louis or baby backs.
I did St. Louis. Usually I do a 3-2-1 method,
have
which
to
is
close
3 hours, just get them a lot of smoke, and then 2 hours wrapped with
Yeah.
butter and all kinds of good stuff, depending on what you're going for. And then 1 more hour to firm them up. This time I did 3-3, and they were just delicious.
Well, even if you hit block on your phone, it doesn't actually block them.
No, because the number exists for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
I love it.
It does work for a little while.
I love this.
If you call me again, I'm going
This
to come
meme.
to Pakistan and kill all of you.
Nightmare when that Grand Prix.
Why do you do this?
Really? Hotels all just fill up.
Well, no, the Grand Prix.
iHeartRadio station.
Hey, I got this just in from a text. Man, it's pretty cool. To pay back a $20 million campaign debt, Kamala Harris has agreed to fight Jake Paul.
That's good.
Anyway, somebody.
I loved how all the YouTubers thought that Tyson was going to win. It's like, what are you kidding? The guy's a senior citizen.
I will say.
It'd be like me and you going fisticuffs.
Yeah, it would be terrible, wouldn't it? It would be. I don't even have to. Quiet confidence doesn't have to brag. Bob has this question for John Fuller. Now, John, as far as this thing goes with the carjacking, what else is your question? The liability of the hospital, I think, or the valet service, that's a question unto itself. But what question did you have for John Fuller, our personal injury expert today?
My question honestly, is the hospital culpable for damages?
Could be.
My vehicle was obviously insured, and it paid off minus my deductibles, but all of the contents were not covered because they're covered under a homeowner's plan, which I don't have a home, so I don't have a homeowner's insurance. And then in addition to that, there's rental car fees, there's I had to change all the locks on all my buildings in my house, you know, and the longer it goes, the more it's adding up.
John?
And I quite.
The hospital.
It's an interesting question. I would need to know, you know, is the valet subbed out to some third party company? If they have a private company that does that, I would say they, you know, was it during the hours that they're normally staffing it? I mean, when did this happen? Yeah, I just need more details.
Yeah, it happened during normal hours, about 9 a.m. in the morning, and there were valets there. They were just shuttling cars back and forth, which left the stand open.
What did the valet people say? Did this guy just run in there and grab a ticket and grab your car and go? And the real valet people are like, how did that happen? I mean, what did they have to say about what had just happened to you?
Well, they were as shocked as the other people that witnessed it. They couldn't believe what had just happened. And
well, I think that company could very well bear some liability. I mean, they were negligent in leaving their tickets on the valet stand and you know, not manning it appropriately so that some you know, bad person couldn't come up and do that. I mean, I think you've got at least a decent argument. I'm not sure if their insurance would cover it. That's really what you're looking for. But you're going to run into two problems. Number one, you know, your insurance company has paid off for the bulk of the value of the car. And so what you're left with is your deductible and then your out-of-pocket expenses for relocking or rekeying your locks and that kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, are we talking a couple grand total, or are we talking much more than that for your real out-of-pocket expenses?
It's approaching 5,000 now.
Okay. So the real problem, I think
Could small claims court be an option?
It very well could be. The challenge that you'll have with small claims is really getting into discovery and stuff so that you would be able to find out really what their agreement is with the hospital and what they've agreed to do as far as staffing and stuff. You know, that's
it's way outside the scope of small claims.
Way outside. But I mean, you have to just kind of throw it against the wall on small claims and see what sticks. But I mean, that's really your problem, is that it's not that much money. You're not going to have the ability to get the damages high enough to even get into district court where you could have a full, you know, menu of discovery options available to you. And so it may be a legit claim. I just don't know that the damages are high enough to really carry the freight on it.
Okay. So bottom line then, at this point, pain and suffering, anything like that, or is that just ridiculous?
No, there's no pain and suffering in it. But it's, you know,
what if the valet pushed him down or hurt him?
Well, that'd be a different situation. I mean, that question would be easy, but this one is we're not facing that. So, you know, and if the guy pushed him down in the process of stealing his car, that of course wouldn't be part of your damages that I would attribute to the valet. That would be more of the, you know, consequence of his criminal act.
Yeah.
And that would be hard to really get coverage and stuff. So it's an interesting claim. If the damages were greater, I think it would be a fun case to take on to go after them. Certainly one that they probably haven't seen too much of before. But your challenge, I think, sir, is going to be that the damages just don't get you high enough in the court jurisdictional level to afford you the discovery that you're going to need to really be able to make the case.
So, Bob, let us know if you need anything else. But I would go to small claims court at this point, and I would go after the valet service if they're a separate service. Now, William, what's going on with your is it your Toyota Tacoma?
Yes.
So it's an 18.
It's an 18. Bought it brand new, and in the last couple of weeks, my check engine light came on. Took it to Stevenson's Toyota, and I'm told that I have a bill, not a bill yet because I haven't had them do anything, but it would cost $8,100.
Right. Tell me that, is it sludge buildup?
No, it's sensors. I have clogged and got oil leaking in the motor, and
wait. What do you mean oil leaking? Oil goes into the motor. So where is it leaking? Where it shouldn't leak? Tell me what you're talking about.
God, Tom, I called you and I don't have my paperwork in front of me.
Do you have it close, by the way? Do you have it close, William, where you can put your hands on it? Because I'm going to be taking a break.
No, I sure don't. You don't think, can I call you back?
Of course you can. In fact, you'll get right through, too, if you call the Martino line, because we keep that open. But I'll tell you what, though. Go ahead with your question, and I'll have Kevin Calkin ready. So are you saying to to us, how many miles on this, by the way?
46.7.
Oh, my God, that's not hardly anything. Are you saying this shouldn't be happening?
I'm saying it shouldn't be happening. And on the paperwork, on the repair estimate, the repair tech stated that this is a known issue with Toyota Motors.
And that's why I asked about that sludge. I think that's kind of what it is. But hold on, and when will you be calling back? Because we'll get our expert available. When will you be calling back?
In about 30 minutes as soon as I
Okay,
get home.
303 Martino, 303-627-8466. Just remember 303 Martino. Go ahead,
Tom,
Jeff.
what do you think of asking William to email us this paperwork right off the bat before he even calls?
That's a great idea. So email us as well. Can you do that?
All gone.
Okay, good. All right, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, $8,000 in repairs. Holy crapoli. Now, it's an 18, but 40,000 miles. I mean, Toyota does have a problem, and I'm not sure if they do anything for people or not. But anyway, 888heating.com, your deep clean, $45. 888heating.com. Get it done before the real cold comes. They're great people on a referral list for 20 years. 888heating.com.
Interesting.
What is?
This hour from the Trajan Wealth.
I'll be watching. Big fan of yours.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Well, our trip around these highways looking pretty good out here. There's still some leftover slowing from this morning, southbound I-25. Pretty sluggish yet from I-70 to Spear. And then we had a stall in the tech center, southbound I-25 at Bellevue, blocking the left lane. They just pulled it out of the way a few moments ago, so you might hit a little bit of a hiccup if you're heading down into the DTC, but overall, not a bad-looking drive there. Westbound 270, a little slow passing Vasquez. We're in good shape for I-70, 225, Boulder Turnpike. They're all back to normal from this morning. Denver weather for today, mostly sunny skies, a high up near 40 degrees. Right now we're at 36. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. The Senate returns to Washington victorious. Mitch McConnell is no longer leader. We bring you inside the Senate vote. Tell you what really happened.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
So you heard me talk about 888heating.com and their Extreme Clean for $45 and on a referral list for more than 20 years. But what I also want to tell you is there are incredible experts at high efficiency saving you money. Now, of course, they do regular furnaces and all that. But if you're going to go all that money and hassle, why not go the extra mile and start saving every single month? Now, 888heating.com can do that for you. And they say for the same stuff and the same value, no one can beat them. For the same stuff, 303-770-2776, 888heating.com. This is the time of year called open enrollment. You know, a lot of people are confused about it. They say, wait a minute, I'm not required to have health insurance anymore, right? The fine is only $1. Well, it's not all that. I'm talking about not being made to do it, but the fact that without health insurance, it's like Russian roulette. Now, you can find the right health insurance for you, even if you just get a catastrophic plan. But whatever you're looking at, you will never save more money than going direct with Integra Insurance. These are insurance brokers. They help you sift through the plans to find the best one for you. Integra Insurance, health insurance made simple and smart, 303-466-5500. Only to the end of the year, you got to buy or you lose out, 303-466-5500.
Would have died much better than
Jazz hands.
I don't even remember his name.
I mean, she
in the VP debate.
Loose balls. Yeah. Tim Walz.
There you
John, this is Dimitri. Do you mind if I ask you something about that Taco Bell case?
Is he listening, John? You listening?
We'd have to get the headphones on him, but other than that,
Tell him.
Oh, he's not.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind if he had his.
John!
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, John, it's Dimitri. I just read the Supreme Court ruling on that Taco Bell case, and I thought it was pretty interesting. In it, they cite that the standard of foreseeability is more than one such event per 12-month period.
There you go.
Isn't that now?
But remind me, how many times had they been robbed? Because it wasn't just.
9 times.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that particular 7-Eleven on
case
Colfax.
in 10 years, but I knew it was several times. So
is that once per year standard still applicable, or has that been changed?
It's a Supreme Court holding. It's
Sure.
not a law, so it's just a persuasive, case with precedental value. But it's still good law. So
and
it just stands for the idea that certain things are foreseeable, and past events are a good predictor of future events. And when you consider, whether or not to take steps to protect your premises from, dangerous conditions to your clients, those are some of the factors that should be considered.
Totally makes sense. And to get back to the pseudo valet for a moment, is it one of the defenses of the valet company to say that, hey, our guys all wear a T-shirt with our company logo on them, and the guy you handed your keys to is just wearing a hoodie?
How would they know that,
Well, they would look at the surveillance video from the front door.
No, but how would the customer know that?
Well,
I pull up to your stand, some Yahoo comes up and hands me a ticket and gets in my car and drives off. What did I expect differently? How would I know that you're supposed to look for a T-shirt with a green striped logo or anything? I mean, you just can't impute that to the public to know what your uniform looks like.
Okay, good answer. Thank you.
What if his clothes was dirty that day?
What's that?
I said, what if his clothes was dirty that day? He could still be working.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a little like the Domino's guy shooting the Department of Corrections guy. Remember that one?
Yeah.
A few years ago here? I mean, I kind of feel bad for the guy getting shot and killed, but what an awesome crime.
Or all the, what was it, Point Break people where they dress up as all the dead presidents or something.
That was.
You mean that wasn't really Ronald Reagan that robbed me,
I'm surprised there's not more phony UPS
for
people
sure.
walking up the doors.
When these stolen and recovered vehicles when they get totaled because of drug contamination, like meth and whatever else.
Happened to an ex-wife.
Hey, can I ask you something, Shannon, real quick, as far as the mix goes?
Yeah.
And
you don't mean some bad name for Italians.
I just need to know.
Or is that Irish?
Hold on. I need to know if those guys in the studio can be turned up, just them. Is there any
They
way?
would need to lean into their microphone.
Yeah. Would you tell them that those mics are not made to be talked to off mic?
I don't want to get involved.
Okay, I'm going to tell them. Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Your mic has to be, you have to be straight on your mic or
Treat it
we
like
don't.
you owe it $20.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I'm just,
serious.
just a little tired of telling people that. Not John, though. John is the consummate professional.
We got you, Tom.
Sure we do.
Dollar, we don't care about you. You can go
How
in the
about
other room
me?
and talk.
Can you get
We prefer you
online
answer.
at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So what's going on in your life and what is happening? What can we do for you or to you or about you? Anyway, the market today, crazy stuff. Do you know what a lot of people are doing to get investment advice? They're reading The Art of the Deal. Now, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about advisors are actually reading The Art of the Deal and grouping investments as recommended. So in The Art of the Deal, and it really is not just The Art of the Deal, but other financial writings since Art of the Deal and others. Art of the Deal, I should mention, was written by Donald Trump, a fascinating read. But what I want to talk about is when it comes to The Art of the Deal and also other financial advisors and analysts and all of this, they say that the S&P 500 could be really not necessarily a good benchmark. And why would you guess, Mark? Why? because 7 or 8 of those stocks are the ones that pull it up. And really, why not just, go and take those powerhouses as opposed to the rest of them, the 492 or 93. So that's what they're saying about the S&P 500. And what Trump liked to do, he said, and other analysts are following right now, are picking the cream of the crop within the S&P 500 and riding those while it works, and then not when it doesn't. The good thing about a fund, it's easier to liquidate and to move and less cost than individual stocks. So it's not a bad idea. No one has yet made a stock fund isolating those few, but we're working, and this is a shameless plug, but we truly are working on an algorithm that does that. So we're taking the S&P 500 and we're tracking trades, but we just started, so we're not going to have enough intelligence to really implement it, but we're tracking the 500 to find the leaders in certain, picture this, okay? Your artificial intelligence is really a sophisticated search engine that then accumulates the knowledge and then spits it out in however you want it. I mean, that's really a lot of it, right? So what we're doing is we're analyzing trades, and anything that has an S&P 500 in it, we track it. Now, let's say that there's a certain number of stocks that always perform well in certain economic climates. We record the climate and the stocks to then isolate within the S&P 500 the ones that stand out. Now, as I said before, there are people who are, freaks like Mark and people like that who do all this for themselves. He just looks and says, I think this is going to do great or that. No one can compete with people who are doing, there are people all day long that they're not really, they're kind of day traders, week traders, whatever. And some people just buy and hold, and they're really smart. I know we had one guy, I forget his name. Well, I don't forget his name. I recognize his voice right away, but he just put a stock fund away years ago and made a ton of money. But here's what I want to say. So once you track the S&P 500, which over time does pretty well, but most of the time because of a few stocks. So the S&P 500, while it's tracking 500 stocks, many times can be artificially high because of just a few companies. So what we try to do is track those companies in light of the economy and then match the economy to the stocks, and then what we're trying to do is develop a strategy where we go with those few stocks in a fund as opposed to the whole 500, and then track those. And in essence, maybe somebody ghost wrote this for Trump, but he kind of had that idea years and years ago, and then other people followed suit. So, Mark, do you think that but a lot of people say, he inherited money, he's not that smart. Do you think he's got some chops when it comes to knowing how to make money? We all know.
Yeah, of course. He took a handful of millions and turned it into billions, and he's the most powerful man in the world. Yes, of course. I think he's highly intelligent and very good at business.
Okay, all right. The reason I ask is that The Art of the Deal, I don't know how much of it he wrote, and I don't know where he got it, but I started reading it, and it's pretty cool. So anyway, 303.
Well, just watch how he handles Mexico soon. It's going to go back to where it is. They're going to be staying in Mexico, or else Mexico's going to be in trouble. We're going to tariff them. We're going to shut that country down if they don't play ball, man. That is the art of the deal.
Okay. Very good. Now, by the way, Buy and Build, who are really good sponsors of ours, buyandbuild.net, and I've known Courtney for years and years. They have an auction coming up, and I believe tomorrow, the next day, we have them on as the auction is closing, but it's incredible the deals people can get. I want you to stay tuned for that. And if you could, Kachina or Suze, get me the link to that auction, and let's have people tuning in before it closes as well. And let's figure that out, because I think it's a great idea. Now, I have some texts for John Fuller that I have saved up, or emails, actually. And one of them wants to know, John, he's not there, is he, right now? Or is he? Is he still there? Is he?
Yeah, he's here, man.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I see you now. So, John, on we talked the other day about limits, and there are some limits statutorily imposed for medical malpractice. If you lose this, you get this. Sometimes this. Sometimes the damages are capped. Some damages are not capped. In personal injury cases, are there any caps?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain those?
So, yeah, everybody's heard of these runaway jury verdicts and stuff where you just get gazillions of dollars awarded, and that's kind of a fallacy in most cases. You do hear about those verdicts, but what happens in Colorado is the jury comes back and says, we think the person is entitled to X number of dollars. And then the final thing that happens is the judge will compare that verdict with the law. And in certain cases, we have limits on different categories of damages. And the judge will reduce that verdict down to what those limits are. For instance, there was recently a verdict in federal court that I think came in at close to $30 million that was absolutely justified based on just catastrophic injuries to a gentleman and a lifetime of care that he's going to need. And the judge had no choice but to almost cut it in half. And the jury never hears about those caps. They just have to render their judgment and come in with the number that they think is appropriate, and then the judge can apply those caps. And there's all sorts of different caps in different categories of cases, in med mal, in wrongful death, in regular personal injury. And some of them make a lot of sense, some really don't. The reason why they just raised the caps was because we had gone for 20 some odd years with the same exact caps in place, adjusted only for cost of living, and they just didn't reflect the world that we live in. So you have a 1 or 2% adjustment for cost of living, and then we have 25% inflation. And so it just wasn't really reflective of the true world. But really what it comes down to, the thing that you need to keep in mind is you've got two kinds of damages, economic and non-economic.
Okay.
Economic are things that cost money and that are quantifiable in dollars, like lost wages, the cost of future medical care, those kind of things. Those are not limited.
Okay.
Yeah, those are not limited because your damages are what they are. And the cost of keeping somebody alive shouldn't.
What is limited, like the actual pain and suffering?
Yeah, so the other category is non-economic damages, and that's exactly the pain and suffering, all the intangible damages, the loss of enjoyment of life, the loss of relationship stuff. I mean, if you can't just put a dollar sign on it and go buy it at a store, it's probably non-economic damages. And those are limited in every type of case, and there's different limits in different cases, but those are limited, and that's what the judges step in and adjust after a verdict.
Okay. All right. That's very cool to know. Thank you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have John Fuller with us, of course, and he's available when he's not here at 303-597-4500. And he will answer quick questions for you on all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I want you to stay tuned for more coming up. Remember, deep clean your furnace now. I keep emphasizing it because the cold is coming. I mean, come on, it's already here, right? But the extreme cold, you're going to want to have your furnace in tip-top shape. 888heating.com, $45, 888heating.com.
Very nice.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Well, our trip around these highways looking pretty good out here. There's still some leftover slowing from this morning, southbound I-25. Pretty sluggish yet from I-70 to Spear. And then we had a stall in the tech center, southbound I-25 at Bellevue, blocking the left lane. They just pulled it out of the way a few moments ago, so you might hit a little bit of a hiccup if you're heading down into the DTC, but overall, not a bad-looking drive there. Westbound 270, a little slow passing Vasquez. We're in good shape for I-70, 225, Boulder Turnpike. They're all back to normal from this morning. Denver weather for today, mostly sunny skies, a high up near 40 degrees. Right now we're at 36. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
You know, as many people come to me for financial advice for my company, Wave 8 Financial Advice. Now, here's the deal. Keelan Park is someone that I highly recommend for estate planning, no matter where you live. Now, they're located up north. I tell you that because some people say, well, wait a minute, I can't drive to their office. You don't have to. But they'll come to you, and also you can do Zoom calls or phone calls. And here's what they do that I love and why I recommend them to our clients. They give you a full assessment of your estate free of charge. They ask the questions like, what do you own? What are you invested in? And what are your heirs? What are your hopes and dreams and wishes? Do you have a business you want to pass on? All of that, okay? Now they come up with a plan for you, and then that plan is accompanied with flat rate pricing. And that's why we send people to them, and you should go to them directly. Keel and Park, lawkp.com. If you want an estate plan, you'll know the exact cost. 970-818-8198. 970-818-8198. And speaking of financial advice, as you know, I started this company, Wave 8 Wealth Management, for a reason. It's because I discovered years ago that most financial advisors are not advisors, and they simply put your portfolio with larger advisors and simply make middleman fees. If you want to cut your fees, if you want to get direct attention where you're on the phone with us, where you can Zoom with us, where you can get free advice on all kinds of stuff, including your estate planning and all of your investments for income or for equity growth or for both, I want you to call me, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. I put together this website, investwithmartino.com. Of course, you're not investing with me, you're investing with the market, but that's just an easy name, investwithmartino.com. Okay, if you want to invest in windows or home improvements, do you know what? K&H Home Solutions, one of the oldest companies in Colorado, and I've represented them the whole 45 or 47 years I've been here, however long it's been. Anyway, K&H Home Solutions started out in K&H Windows. I've known all the owners, the original, then Ted, and now Lee Diamond and his son doing a wonderful job. They have some indestructible, beautiful, and thermal efficient and energy efficient home improvements. You got to check them out for everything. Window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. 303-421-7100. khwindows.com.
I don't know if
All right.
for instance, has, I don't know the newer ones, period. But the difference back then would be like a sleep number bed versus a good mattress.
Right.
It could be.
What year is yours?
Mine's a 16. Yeah. So my difference between mine and the London Air is the furniture, like the convection stove, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the horsepower in general. Mine's 610. What's that? What's one you're looking at? 500 or
600.
600. So they went back then. That was 500.
Right. It's a 600 now with a tag axle, but it was only a 41, I think, or 40.
Oh, so it's smaller.
So it was a smaller unit.
Yeah.
And this particular unit didn't have the half bath in the middle. It had like a little office cubby that was where the half bath would have been.
I like the half bath.
If
people come over.
Yeah, we would want that as well.
They're not in your.
That little desk doesn't do shit for us because we're going to get.
I got to give out my text number more sometimes.
You should look at.
People forget it.
Just for the hell of it, look like at a 16, 17, 18. If you like the Newmar line, either the Essex or the King Air, a little more used, but I think you get a lot more, and it's going to be quite a bit cheaper.
The one thing that seems, I don't know that line super well, but what was explained to me is like 19 to 20 was kind of the when they flipped over to having just everything controlled by all the electric pads throughout, the little iPad controls and stuff.
So mine's like that, but the London Air at the time was not.
So that was kind of the break-in point where they did that. That really
literally mine's got, they're not iPads, but they're whatever.
Yeah, they're touchscreen little
touchscreens that do everything.
Right.
And you're a complete alarm system. Something you definitely want is heated floors. You'd never even think about it.
The Aqua Hot system.
Aqua Hot's unbelievable. You want all electric. You don't want any fucking gas or any of that bullshit.
I've learned a few lessons over the years. So But, you know, we're just toying with our different options since we're living in a storage unit. You know.
Anthony's was started in Colorado.
Those are expensive, though.
You would really enjoy it because you can work most of your stuff out, and I know your wife can, but it would
So I
be
think
fun.
they were purchased,
We've
and then
talked
the mother
about
company's the one
next
that
year
went
we're
bankrupt, right?
simply going to drive out, come in through Mississippi,
And so what's
down
happening
Florida
to the
one
local
side, all the way down to
Anthony's?
the Keys, and then all the way back up to Miami side, then into South Carolina, North Carolina, and that'll be pretty much our trip, and that'll be 6-8 weeks. That area is gorgeous, man. And some of the nicest RV parks in the country are down there, between there and California.
Yeah. No, we're just thinking, you know, for the cost of one of those.
First Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. All right. Well, let's see what Pete wants to talk about. Pete, go ahead. What's going on, Pete? What's happening?
Good morning, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm a small business owner, and I have liability insurance for 12 years. I'm a plumber and contractor. Last year, I had a claim, and my insurance company chose not to renew my policy, which was fine. So now they say they're doing an insurance audit, which they've done every year. They would just call me over the phone and say, hey, how much money did you make this year? Give them a number. How much did you have in expenses? Give them a number. And
now
who
did this? Is this your insurance company doing this?
My liability insurance.
Oh, I got it. Okay. What kind of business are you in, Pete?
A plumbing contractor.
Got it. Okay.
Just a small family
All
business,
right.
work out of my home, So now this year, after they dropped me,
Yes.
they want to do the audit, and they said this year it needs to be a in-person audit. And so they wanted to come to my home and, go over my books and stuff. I told them basically all I have is a P&L, profit and loss statement.
All right.
And so do I have to provide them with that? And they say if I don't, they're going to
Well, of course you do.
consider
I
me
mean-
non-compliant. Okay,
Well,
yeah.
of course. I
And
mean,
that's
it's
it.
part
Just
of
the
your.
profits
Now,
and
now,
loss.
wait a minute. When I say, of course you do, there's no law that says you do. But I'm sure in your contracts or applications, they say in order to rate you, they need to know all of this. But what I don't understand is why your resistance. And Mark, can you think?
I'm not.
Can you think, or John, can you guys think of why there would be a resistance on this? I can't.
No, I'm not resisting. It's just he said he wants to come to my home. My office is a bedroom in my home, and it's pretty crowded, to say the least.
Why would they have to go to your freaking? Wait a minute.
Well, because it's my place of my business address is my home. I work out of my home. So can I meet them at a Denny's? Say, hey, we're going to meet at a Denny's.
Well, you
Here's
don't
my
have to
profit
let
loss
them in your
statement.
personal home office if you don't have anything there. I mean, that part I don't understand. I mean, did you tell them it's at your house?
Yes.
And what did
And
they
he said,
say?
well, I have to do it at your place of business. We have to do it at your place of business. I said, I got two big dogs that are very rowdy and stuff when people come to my house. I was like, let's meet at a Denny's or something. And so I'm going to tell them that. Then if you tell me that's okay today.
Well, hold
that,
on.
hey, we're gonna
I
meet
say it's
down the
okay
street.
because, I mean, you can let them at your house, and then they'll only do it once.
Do that.
Right.
I mean, right?
So
They'll
that's
only
what I'm
do
saying.
it
I mean,
once. And then
he's
they're
like,
gonna
if
know
you
how
don't do this-
ridiculous they are.
Right. And he's saying if we don't do it, there's a fine in the contract. He can levy fines against
Well,
me
let
and
them
stuff.
do it,
I'm
man.
like,
They're
I'm
the
not-
ones inconvenienced. You're not. I mean, what the hell? I mean, well, I don't see why you're upset. You know damn well your dogs will survive it. You know you're just looking for a way to tell them no. I would say no. Tell them yes. Sometimes you strangle people with their own ridiculousness. I mean that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just ridiculous. So what I would do is just say, look, this is what's going on, like it or not. If you want to come into my bedroom, here's my office. I'm serious. And then they'll never do it again. They'll make a note in your file. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Keep it right here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Thank you.
Did we get that guy coming in for his motor vehicle? Did he send us anything yet, Kachina? Where we're going to
Not yet.
Okay. I want to get Kevin on if he can come back. And
Right. Just the regular amount of coffee today or anything extra?
Who?
You. Just wondering.
Tell me, why do I sound terrible?
No, not terrible. It just kind of sped up a little. I didn't know if you and Dee were already hitting the shots of espresso.
Down.
Okay. Now, morons, I'm tired of you, so shut up. I'm tired of morons.
Warehouses and shit that you can.
The guy I bought
that's
my
probably just from
he
inbreeding.
Read what Cha-Cha
he
says,
kept
Mark.
it in
What?
Read the YouTube chat, Cha-Cha-Cha.
Cha-cha, Mark.
God, I can't think of where that is. It's like I think
He's
it was
got his
Orange
headphones
County.
on. He could be listening to a different station.
I'll tell him. Mark, you're supposed to read cha-cha.
Cha cha cha.
I think that's directed at Mark.
Yeah, see what I do is say, hey, cha cha cha. Cha cha block.
What no way,
Cha-cha
Tom?
chop.
What do you mean, Hellcat? What are you talking about? No way, Tom. What do you
I'm
mean?
trying to reach Courtney.
What did I say?
I'm stuck here with hell twat.
So
Mark timed her out. Come or timed him out or whoever. Come on, Mark.
Fuck him.
Come on.
No, I play dirty Democrat tricks now. That's what I do. They had
Cha-cha-cha.
8 years to
It
fuck
wasn't
around. Now I
me.
get my time.
It wasn't me, Cha-Cha-Cha.
You better watch it too, Martino. I'll fucking put you in time.
Can we put each other in it? That would be a terrible battle.
To finish the statement. But they won't.
So I bought mine. The guy kept it in this huge indoor.
Yeah.
God, it was massive, man. It had like 3 big doors to drive in, but inside there had to be 40 or 50, and I was right next to Justin Bieber's brand new Prevost and Chris Brown's 3-4-year-old Prevost, literally right next to him. And he would fly in from wherever he lived, and they would basically just take it from there. And that's like the thing people do out there.
Well, it's a lot cheaper, or probably easier than driving that bitch across country. And
Oh, God, yeah. It costs you a fortune.
Yeah.
And then, like Bieber, when he flies in, they probably start the tour there in fucking California. Right. And because it's all registered there and he lives in Canada, that's a whole nother level of shit.
Mark, the only stars that actually used to travel in them were country.
Mr. B, come on, give me a fucking break. I'll tell you, here, I had one. Listen to this one. You ready for this, Tom?
Yeah, go.
Hold on, let me find this guy. I called this fucking guy. I literally called him. Here it is. Ready? I called him. I shit you not.
Total.
I think it was Saturday.
You know that?
Dear Tom,
like the dollar value?
I have enjoyed and appreciated your show for many years. While Mark may be a great help and asset behind the scenes, his abrasive manner and foul language is not appropriate for the on-air portion of your show. His repeated goddamn this, hell no, and today's special, he can kiss my ass, detracts from the good work you do. I'm not a prude. This is just unprofessional. Regards, Bill Stark. And then he put his phone number, so I called the fucking guy.
Oh, really? And how is he a good guy?
I don't think so, but I mean, I don't know much about him.
When you talked to him, though, was he pretty decent?
He was okay. It was some hate mail. I love hate mail.
Because I've always found when I can talk to people who make these snide remarks, they're often nicer than the remarks.
What kills me is, honestly, listen, you don't say it a lot, but you say goddamn. You've said kiss my ass. You said bitch. Not one time do I hear a guy like Bill complain unless if it's me. That's the part that drives me bonkers. I'm a saint next to you.
Nah, that's not true.
You're like a sailor.
Nah. What time are you leaving for the Springs on Thursday?
Pretty early, man.
Damn it.
We're doing a flight sim, I think, in the afternoon.
So does the thing start at 4:30?
God, I don't know. That's a Suzanne thing. Suzanne, send Tom the stuff. I don't know.
No, I got it. I just.
You know what, though? She can reach out and actually ask the real deal. 4:30's. I don't care about their awards ceremony. No offense.
Well, yeah, but we have to celebrate with them. You know?
Yeah, I know. But my God, I'm not going to sit there watching awards for 6 hours. I'm not made for that, man. If I was getting an award, I wouldn't do it.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
I know that's what he just said. He goes, there's nothing to worry about there.
It says 4:30 on this freaking thing. I'm going to call Jesse and see.
God. I just, people are so shocked when you cuss these days. It's like, God, what are you, a Puritan? I mean, where does this come from in this country?
Well,
I don't even, nobody in particular. I've just always cussed. Pretty sure I learned it in Indian guides. You Boy Scouts out there, you know, you had to mind your P's and Q's. Us Indian guides, fuck you.
All right.
Thank you.
Do you know, here's the thing that I've noticed. The Republican defeat, the defeat of Democrats was so overwhelming that...
Yeah, no one expected it except for me.
It's so overwhelming that at the gym and all those people are all silenced. Not one.
I bet they are.
Not one of them says anything. Now, I got to tell you...
What do you do when you lose that bad and realize most people actually don't think like you do? And I'll tell you what's funny than anything is I see more MAGA and Trump shit than I've seen ever. People aren't like closet supporters anymore.
That's exactly right. I've noticed that.
But Tom, at the club you go to, what if one of the women pinches their balls in the equipment? Do they make a noise then?
It's the only club that's got a Starbucks in the front.
No, my club allows people to just identify. You don't have to do anything. You go into the women's locker room. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Positively. They absolutely allow it. We don't have anyone doing it, but they allow it. The only time...
Do they have tampons in the men's room?
No. The only time I saw a woman
Not
in our
woke enough,
locker
then.
room, a woman in our locker room, is when there was an EMT. She given CPR to one of the old fuckers.
Yeah. I don't understand what the attraction is.
You know how
based
you
on
can
smell
count
alone,
rings
I
on a
couldn't do it.
tree to see how old they are? With old men, you can measure.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Yeah, Tom Martino here. Such a beautiful day for a Tuesday. Not that it would be not beautiful if it was Wednesday, but anyway, it's going to be a little cold today. Welcome. And now let's talk about Renew Home Innovations, because I love these guys. They do the most wonderful shower conversions. And they do them that they're beautiful. They look like natural stone walls, but they're actually stone risen. No maintenance ever, no grout, nothing. And then you have the shower walls that are the beautiful thick glass. No doors needed. They turn that corner. Perimeter drains. No threshold to step or stumble over. Listen, they're great for younger people. They're great for older people. They get rid of that ugly shub. Renew Home Innovations. Here's what I love about them. 2 or 3 days they do it. And 72 months to pay no interest. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. I want to talk to Courtney Pierce from Roller, not from Roller, from Buy and Build. Now, Buy and Build, by the way, I often joked I wanted my ashes spread there upon my demise because I love browsing the place. Buy and Build is just cool. Anyway, as Courtney will attest, I've purchased a ton of stuff from him. His stuff was so inexpensive that one time, true story, I wasn't trying to be ostentatious. I put in these Quaker beautiful cabinets in my garage and granite workbenches in my garage. And you want to know why? Because I went to look at some Gladiator stuff and some other stuff at Home Depot. And I looked at some garage cabinets and these ugly butcher block tops. And I showed Courtney, and I swear to you, true story, this was when I had a home in Littleton. He was able to outfit my entire garage with these beautiful cabinets and granite cheaper than the big box stores could with that garage stuff. So when people walked in, they said, "Oh, God, Tom, what the hell are you doing?" And I said, "Hey, it's cheaper." And I don't know how he does it. Now, that's his regular, buy and build. Now you want to talk about the auction? Holy crap. So, Courtney, people want to know, and this is not this time, but last time, people asked me, if he has such great deals all year, what is the auction for? What do you do at the auction?
Well, so the auction, so when you sell a set of kitchen cabinets to a customer, they go home and they try to install them, and they're like, you know what, these don't fit. I need my 21-inch base to be an 18-inch base.
Yeah.
So then we end up, taking back the 21-inch base and selling them an 18-inch base. And then we have a 21-inch base that's built sitting in our back room. And after those start to pile up for a while, what we do is we build a kitchen around the cabinets we have in the back, and then we'll sell that in an auction. To, get rid of it basically out of our stock, and then we also have a lot of
just as good.
merchandise.
They're all just as good as the stuff you have in the showrooms, right?
Oh yeah, it's all brand new, top quality stuff. The vast majority of the cabinets that are buy and build cabinets at the auction, anyway, are made here. We assemble them here at our shop.
Yeah.
And we send them over. Now, we do have some cabinets in this auction that are Diamond Now from Lowe's. It was a closeout that we bought out of Kansas City. And they still sell them in Colorado at Lowe's. So we put some kitchens together out of those. But if you buy those, you have to go to Lowe's to get replacement parts or get additional parts.
Sure.
It's just a really good-looking closeout line that we bought, and it was a good deal, so we put those in our auction. And then I also bring a whole semi-truckload of merchandise from my supplier in Kansas City, which includes carpet, hardwood flooring, luxury vinyl flooring, tile, tools and gift items. And I have so much lighting at this auction. It's unbelievable. We have over 1,000 lots this year for this particular auction, and half of it's lighting. So there's tons of LED light fixtures and lots of light bulbs.
The auction is actually going on right now, right?
Correct.
So
you can log on and you can start placing bids. And then if you
so
place
I
a
went there.
maximum bid,
I just
it'll
want to
bid
tell
for you.
people while they're listening. I went to Roller.
Sure.
ROLLER, like roller, rollerauction.com. And then on the front page, there's B&B, buy and build, kitchen and bath. On the very front page to the right, you click on that, and this is their auction. Now, we always promote it toward the end, but you can actually go on there and start babysitting and watching stuff now, right?
Absolutely.
What are some of the best deals that usually go from time? It's too early to say now, but normally, what are some of the things that go?
Well, so normally some of the really good savings, you're going to find a lot of tile that's a really good price. Right now, I think tile's sitting at 25 cents a square foot, and it's 12 by 24 premium porcelain tile. Hardwood flooring right now, I think there's solid 3/4-inch hardwood flooring for less than $1 right now. And then the doors. We brought 2 full runs of doors this time. We brought a full run of 2-panel knotty pine doors and a full run of 6-panel clear pine doors. And those go way under market. If you're looking to redo your doors with a solid core door, this is the way to buy them. And there's enough doors of all different sizes and swings. You can do an entire house.
Now there's some odd stuff too you come to. It's just amazing what you find. I don't know what the hell. Dino Island, whatever. Okay, so there's toys.
So those things are like some sort of a kid's toy, and you smash that egg open, and when you smash the egg open, there's a bunch of 10 different prizes inside.
Oh, very cool. And then you have some even fireplace logs. Those old. Those ones you put in that burn for hours and hours and have pretty coloring. Yep. You have, it's amazing. Yep. You have, the Bronco ceramic snowman figures. I'm
telling you, they're going to be popular. Broncos are looking good this year.
Man, you got to be into tack for that. You got snow shovels. No, seriously, I'm telling you about the crap stuff. There's some, I don't mean crap, but there's some really good stuff for the house. But they have backpacks. I mean, really, Courtney, you went way beyond just normal buy and build stuff, huh?
Do you have hot tubs this time, Courtney?
There's a couple soaker tubs, but no hot tub this time. But yeah, the second half of the auction is lighting and light bulbs. There's so much lighting. If you need any new lighting, LED lighting or replacement light bulbs,
there are some beautiful pre-hung doors that are right now at $15. What are you kidding me? What are you now, Courtney? Do people ever get screaming? There's so many of them. I have to believe some people walk away with some screaming deals.
Well, I tell you, even on those doors, they probably retail for about $400 a piece in Colorado. And every now and then, somebody walks away with a $35 door. It makes me cry a little bit, but
God, and you have so many pre-made granite pieces. You have there are $7 vanity pieces that go over standard vanities with sinkholes already cut in them. Holy cow!
Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of like 11 of them right now that's under $10 for 11 tops.
I see some wine coolers and man. So what's the most unusual thing this year? I know some years you have some crazy stuff.
Well, so, there's always one item that, we kind of joke about before the auction starts and how high is it going to go. There's like a homemade John Deere tractor-themed bird feeder that I just think is pretty funny. It's pretty creative. It was put together. It was made by somebody, but it's got a couple John Deere tractors on top of it.
That's all about Mark.
That's our over-under item. We don't know where it's going to go. It's at like, $19 right now or something.
Oh, beautiful.
And just because it's John Deere, it might get really
beautiful
popular.
Exterior lighting. So what else did you want to say? Talk about how the closing works and why you tell people to start getting on toward the closing as well.
Sure. Yeah, so right now, if you log on, you can place bids. You can also place a maximum bid, and it's a felony for them to share that maximum bid with anybody. So the computer will automatically bid for you up to your maximum bid if somebody else bids against you. If they don't bid against you, you're going to get it for that low bid that you first put in. And then as the items start to close, so they close at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Starting at 1 o'clock p.m., the first 3 items will close. And then at 1:01 p.m., the next 3 items will close. If you're bidding on an item while it closes, it will go into 2 extra minutes of extended bidding. So you can't get outbid with 10 seconds left and lose out on your item. If you're watching the auction, it goes into 2 extra minutes of bidding so you can get your bids in.
And I want to warn people about.
I want to warn people about retail is and then save a fortune.
I want to warn people about something. So I saw something here and I thought, hell, it's good, but it's not buy and build good. When I saw something for almost $30 for light fixture, then I looked closer. It was a case. So you got to look at the quantity. Look at the quantity because sometimes you think you're bidding on one thing.
For sure. Yeah, on the light bulbs, I'm literally selling lots of 2 or 3 cases full of light bulbs, and right now there's $0 bid on some of them. You can get 3 cases of light bulbs for $5.
Oh, it's amazing. And you have all of the new eco and LED lights, all of them. So that's really good.
Yeah, and I mean, some of those like flat, those flat LED flush mount lights, they're quite expensive. They're $70 to $90 a piece retail, and right now they're sitting at $10.
All right, so here's what I want to tell people. Roller auction. It's this easy. Rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build on the front. And even if it's not on the front, search buy and build and you'll find it. And then it starts. When does it start closing? First item?
The first item closes at 1 o'clock p.m. tomorrow afternoon on the 20th.
Okay, and then as you heard him, it's extended if somebody outbids and then finally somebody wins. And then, Courtney, you can come back on and let us know how it's going. We appreciate it.
I definitely will. I'll give you a holler tomorrow.
All right, man. Buyandbuild.net is my kind of store, and it's rollerauction.com. Okay, so we have a follow-up. William called earlier. I'm going to go to him after the break. He has the 18 Toyota Tacoma, and I want to get – what I'd like to do is get Sheridan Auto Tech on Kachina if we can. Then Deputy Chopper has a follow-up. We also have John Fuller with us. By the way, his website, callfuller.com, www.callfuller.com, or 303-597-4500 when he's not here with us. We have more right after this.
Yep.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love, literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
All right. I love talking about the art of granite because we were just talking about home deals. He'll give you a price on the phone right now. You go to theartofgranite.com and get your price for a countertop right now. He does all natural stone and man-made materials, wholesale on all countertop materials. Tear out and haul away is always free, and you always get great prices at theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919. Hey, Fix It 24/7. They have a $39 extreme clean of your furnace and air. And right now you're going to want the furnace, right? Because you're going into winter, they give you the no breakdown guarantee. But let me tell you what's really important about this. It is really important. And that is when you deal with Fix It 24/7, they spend 2 hours or more on this thing. They want to show you what they can do so you call them the next time. So this is for new customers or customers that have never had it done. So you can book it right now. FixMyHome.com, book now. FixMyHome.com, book now. Hey, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He'll do a market valuation of your home right now for the asking. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. He takes into consideration all of the factors, including interest rates, supply and demand, your neighborhood, the comps for your particular house, and will let you know what it will sell for, complimentary, no obligation ever. If you want some intelligence before you list, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. How much time?
Who are you guys looking for in there
3:30.
for Master Tech?
I'm trying to look for any.
I'm
I'm trying to look for any car expert. Kevin is not available. Jeff is not available. Jesse is not available.
Oh, I see. Suzanne, if you're listening, put up who she should call.
Oh, no, thank you.
Master Tech is Larry Jameson.
Who's the young kid that came in here proclaiming that he was the best looking?
From Colorado Springs.
I forget his name.
Best looking car repair guy
Yeah,
ever.
He's from the Springs, ain't he?
Yeah, he's from the Springs.
I mean, I'm kind of like totally battling, like batting zero right now.
Yeah, I got you.
Automotive shop monthly.
I think Gates will get through.
I don't think
You think you will? No.
Yeah, I do. I think they'll wait till they're out of session and just put him through.
I heard that the one rumor, and I kind of go with it.
Ooh, recess appointment.
They
That's
want to get
bold.
rid of him, so they dumped him out of the House, which he quit. And Trump knows they can't get him through, so he's just
He'll get him through.
silently gone. Well, I mean, if anyone's going to get him through, and they want him through, it's him.
I told a guy from Politico this morning, I said, the left has been propping up and supporting pedophiles for years. This is our turn. Give us Gates. Come on, show that you're fair. Quit blocking our guy.
Sue came up with that. Griffin.
Besides, 17, come on, man.
Action.
Well, they didn't find anything. Nothing. I don't know what happened.
What he did wasn't any worse than what, I mean, the Democrat that was sleeping with a Chinese spy or something. I can't remember his name. But when I went up there, Scott, I was like, I haven't been up there since I worked at FEMA maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It is just grown like there's no.
Griffin with Action Automotive in the Springs.
Nice.
Kelly, do you have that info?
What's his name, Griffin?
Griffin,
Yeah.
Action Automotive.
And that's when I saw the
big
building. And,
Well, from
yeah.
north of Loveland to
North of, right.
no, excuse me, south of Loveland to Severance.
Yeah.
It's just wall to wall.
Well, I guess poor Mr. B or whatever his name is, we were going to quit cussing So I put up a poll, and 90% says don't quit cussing. So we
Of course.
fucking won.
No
We
matter what poll
fucking
you
won.
put up, no matter what poll you put up, the morons go anti-social.
Sure.
I put, should Mark and Tom quit cussing on the YouTube show altogether?
Now,
An
here's what you
iHeart
do.
radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino. Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. William, okay, now, we don't have our auto expert available, unfortunately, not
Okay.
one of them. I can't believe we couldn't get one of them. Not one of our auto
Man,
experts.
she tried everybody. No kidding. We're trying
We
one
have-
more.
Wait. Who are the YouTube morons we have? No, seriously, I'm not kidding. Who's the one that calls in all the time that's pretty smart with cars? We do have someone that does. And if you're listening, call us or text us. But here's the bottom line, William. Did he send us an email?
No, I didn't send an email. I don't have your email address.
Oh, but you do have the paper in front of you. Okay, I want to know what
Yes, I
they
do.
said about your 2018 Toyota Tacoma.
Okay, they had to perform a compression test on the motor. Okay, the compression test found that cylinder 1 had a lot lower PSI compression compared to cylinders 3 and 5.
Do you know what the numbers were, though? Can you give me the numbers?
For the error code?
No, the compression.
No.
Okay, they didn't give it to you. Okay, go
I don't
ahead.
have the
So-
numbers for the
I got it,
compression.
man. Keep going. What else?
Okay, but the error code was.
I don't care about
P11.
we don't care about the error code. None of us care about that right now. What we care about is, what did they say about sludge or oil?
They didn't say anything about sludge oil. It said there's a leak in there's a leak in the valves for cylinder 1.
Okay, that's it. A
They
valve.
didn't say oil. I was.
So
I'm
at
not
40
aligned
at
with
40
oil,
some
but they said
thousand
leak.
miles, you have an oil leak passing by one valve.
Yes.
Okay. And what year did you say it was? No, 18, right?
2018.
Okay. And now you can give me the code because now I'm on the site where I can take a code.
Okay. The error code was P11EC00.
So that's Echo 11 Echo Charlie 00?
No. P is in Paul.
What is it?
The first letter is Papa.
Papa? Okay, well, go ahead.
Papa P11 Echo Charlie 00.
Got it. Thank you. Okay. So according to their site, or not their site, but this auto site, that error code means exactly what you just said. A cylinder 1 has the improper balance of air fuel, and it could be from a faulty fuel injector, a burnt valve, a sensor malfunction. So what are they saying? Why are they saying it's going to cost $8,000?
Because they have to replace the whole passenger side cylinder head assembly, replacing the 4 valves on cylinder 1, and to replace the cylinder head gasket.
So they have to take the whole. They're saying they're basically doing the left head.
Yes.
Okay. I would get a second opinion. Is it at a dealer right now?
It's in my driveway right now, but this is the dealer's estimate.
Is it
This is
drivable?
from Stevenson Toyota. Yes, it is.
Okay. Where are you located?
I'm located area of Tower Road and Orchard Road.
Oh, Tower and Orchard. Okay, that's way out. What we need is to get you to one of our people to get you a good opinion here on this. You really do.
Okay,
I mean,
Tom, I do
to
have
me,
a regular mechanic.
If it's just one cylinder and one valve, I don't know if you need. They said it's a common problem, but this doesn't sound like This just doesn't sound like the normal stuff that Toyota has.
But my thing is, if it's a known and common problem,
It
why
isn't.
hasn't Toyota addressed it?
Not this one. This one isn't. There is one for sludge and stuff, but that's not this.
William,
That's
why do
not
you
this.
think it's a known common problem?
Yeah, well, did you look it up?
No, they told us.
No.
Okay. I think they're just trying to justify that high price tag right now and saying, look, there's nothing we can do about it. Did you ask him if there was going to be any kind of a compensation?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, Tom, I've spoken to.
Hey, we got Griffin up from our referral list.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Just so you know, this error code that I looked up also says that this cylinder one air fuel ratio imbalance is not a common problem. Okay, on Toyota, specifically on Toyotas or Toyota Tacomas or 2018 Toyota engines. So I think they're giving you a story. Let's get Griffin on. And this is the self-professed. Is this the self-professed best-looking dude on our referral list?
You got it, Tom.
Okay.
You got it, Tom.
Griffin, listen, man. This guy gets it. He goes, hey, why did you take it to the shop to begin with? I forgot to ask that, William.
The check engine light came on.
Okay. And they got an error code, and they said you're getting some basically oil leakage through the cylinder, through the valve on cylinder one. And when I looked it up, Griffin, his error code is Papa 11 Echo Charlie 00, and it says cylinder one air fuel ratio imbalance. They're telling him they need to do the whole left side head, and it's going to cost him $8,000.
Did you say Papa 11E0?
No, I said Papa 11 Echo Charlie 00.
I'm sorry, Tom. I got a bad echo on this end.
Yeah, that's his headset doing it. It's Papa 11 Echo Charlie 00. I believe he's on
Thanks,
Bluetooth
Tom.
or something. I'm hearing an echo too from him. Go ahead.
All right, hold on, Tom.
Sure. Now,
All right, is that a little better?
yes, it is, sir. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, hey,
He's
Yeah,
looking it
I'm
up.
not-
He's pretty smart as well as good looking, so he should be able to come up with something on that.
Okay.
And I believe that you're going to find that it is probably not a common problem. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Everywhere I look, I see nothing that says this is a common problem. So we'll see though. What do you got, Griffin? Do you have anything yet? If not,
I don't have anything for that particular. I'm trying to verify that code. I don't have anything for. I have P0011, but I don't have a P11. It doesn't matter. So what's it doing? Is it saying it has a misfire?
No, it's saying it has an imbalance of air fuel ratio on cylinder one. But here's what I want to ask you. Then they went further and said you had a valve that's bad. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah. Is that it?
Yes.
Now, if he has one valve on one cylinder, they're telling him he needs the whole left side of the head done.
Yeah. So when they say left side, are they saying left side like the driver's side or the passenger side? It's usually driver.
Passenger side. So the passenger side.
Okay. So you're not going to believe this, Tom. I've got video footage of a Tacoma about that same year that actually had piston rings going out on it, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they're telling the truth. If you got to go ahead and pull that head off, you're getting into that engine. So I would ask him to go ahead and stick a scope in there and get some video footage so they could show it to him and put his mind at ease.
Yeah. How many miles on that, William?
It's just under 47,000.
Yeah, I believe that the one we had was was, I want to say it was around 30,000 miles. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Man.
What engine does it have? V6?
It's 3.5 liter.
3.5? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I would ask them to go ahead and get you if they could go ahead and take a scope with a video and get you some pictures to go ahead and help put your mind at ease, because if they've got to pull off that side of the engine, that's major work. They're getting into it.
Okay, now, do you think when it is something like that, let's just say for grins, it's one valve, is the labor so intense that you may as well do all of them?
Yeah. You're taking. I'm picturing like this, Tom. You have the engine block, and then you have the cylinder heads. When it says the head, it's the top half of.
Right.
And so you're taking that off, and that you have to take the cylinder head off to get to the valves.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Okay. So as long as you go through all that brain damage, you may as well just adjust the guides in all of them, right? Or replace them or whatever.
Yeah. You replace the guides. You send it to a machine shop, make sure there's no other damage, and then go ahead and you're going to. I'd be surprised if they actually rebuilt it. They'd probably just replace it. But either way, the whole head's got to come off. And you're going to want to go through that, make sure that there's no other damage.
God, that's only 47,000 miles, huh? So, but
Tom, I've seen it before. It's on a Toyota. If I can find the video, I'll send it over to Mark.
I thought they're supposed to be bulletproof Toyotas.
I
did too.
It was probably built, on a Friday right before closing time.
Hey, Griffin. There's another thing I wanted to ask you. The sludge problem with Toyota, is that still a problem?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do know that Toyota did just have a recall on a number of the turbo engines. So,
all right.
Every mechanical car's got its problems, but I'm not too familiar with the sludge problem.
So, William, listen, and thank you, Griffin. We appreciate your time. Action Automotive, by the way, in the spring, 719-633-0008. William, listen, the factory doesn't have to do anything for you. Really?
I don't know. As a matter of fact,
no, they don't. There's no recall. There's no service bulletin. It's not a common problem.
No, but just one quick thing, Tom. Customer services for Toyota Corporation is supposed to give me a call Friday.
Good.
And let me know if they're going to help me with some kind of offset on this bill.
Now, listen. Remember. You can have that done. You don't have to have that done at a dealer. You can get get second opinions from some really good shops and see. You might be able to get it done cheaper somewhere else. Now, if Toyota participates, they may require a dealer. But anyway, we got to move on. I got to take this break. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255, denverregen.com. If you have a painful joint, if you need stem cell therapy, they do that. They do weight loss of semaglutide or tirzepatide. Now, this is just starting at like $275 a month. It's pennies compared to the rest, and they're great people. denverregen.com.
Thank you.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth
That did sound a little like when Nixon talked to Neil Armstrong. That was cool.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Okay.
Now, Impact Traffic.
No, I'm not. I don't do drugs anymore. I'm good.
Was hearing of a wreck working on Broadway directly at Highway 36. So far, I'm not seeing it in there, but do watch for at least police and fire crews responding to reports of a crash there. It isn't on the highway. Highway 36 actually looks pretty good if you're rolling towards or heading away from I-25 through there. And the rest of our highways are in pretty good shape. Everything's pretty wide open. We aren't seeing any slowdowns. Do watch for a 3-car pileup tying up that intersection of Chambers and Lincoln Avenue. They're jammed all directions down there. Denver weather for today, sunny skies, high to 40, clear overnight, get down to 22 for a low. It's 38 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This week on Red Pilled America, we answer the question, do illegal aliens commit less crime than American citizens? You won't believe how our government is hiding the truth. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Made in the Shade is a place that you can call for trouble-free window coverings. The measuring and the estimating with a design consultant is all free. And then if you decide to go with them, whether you want high-tech, low-tech, in-between tech, you want soft goods or hard goods, meaning shutters or blinds or shades or curtains, whatever it is, Made in the Shade can get it done. With all the brand names you recognize, all the warranties, and they have the best installers in the business. Here's their website, denvershades.co. denvershades.co. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. K&H Home Solutions is a company you want for you. Windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, along with a reputation spanning 65 years strong. That's right. This company was around when I first got to town. I knew the original owner, and I've known the owner since, including, there's only been 3, and Lee Diamond's the owner now. They do such a great tradition and the same heritage with wonderful windows, by the way. Alpine Windows, made right here in Colorado. Their exclusive dealer, khwindows.com, 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100.
Cute.
We're all legal problems, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's our legal day, like car day.
Well, we had who was the guy that has
So
been
prosecutors
calling forever and ever
wanted
that
to drop
now
the
lives
case
up in
and
like
outright-
Drew?
Drew called.
Yeah.
And
But
He's banned.
we had a little dose of Drew.
You haven't lived till you talk to Drew.
Drew had a banking problem.
Gives us a little time to go sticking on his pig.
I know you don't do the best
Sweet.
of, but that still would be a good best of
You're
Drew
first on my list.
during the Christmas holidays.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck, Red Rocks is so far away. I don't know if the Aria is worth a shit.
If the what?
The Aria.
What is that?
It's a hotel.
Resort.
Oh, you mean, where is it?
In Vegas.
Oh.
I usually stay at the Areola, just down the street.
Do you like that one?
Nice. Yeah. Not family friendly, but it's nice.
I like the Taint Inn.
I bet. The fuzzy taint.
I know what I could do.
You know, we have to watch it on YouTube. We may have children listening.
Well, that would be
They'll grow
fucking
up to
crazy.
fill in for you. Hey kids, you want to be in radio? You ever seen a Gladiator movie? Actually, we got to do something to attract some new talent because damn.
1, 2, 3.
We're about to run out of handicap parking at the building.
Hey, that's our cars. We park there so the rest of you will have spaces.
Dak, you made it in?
Yes.
You know, there ought to be a law.
Here we go.
Sorry. There ought to be a law that you can't use an avatar or a picture on your ID unless it's accurate. Dak put one on there that's at least 40 years younger.
It's only 12.
Close enough.
Jesus.
Hey, an AI facial recognition, I'm sure, still picks up on it.
It's a helicopter. How can you see my face?
Because your name is Chopper.
No, the one that I just got from you, from Dak.
Yeah, that one.
It says you want to update it, and I hit yes, and it comes back with this young-looking dude that I don't even recognize.
I asked him the same thing.
That's the Costa Rica me.
Yeah, you wish.
The meat and meat.
Yeah. It's about as phony as Doc's dark hair.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, talking now to Deputy Chopper. He has a follow-up from last week. Who is this that we're following up with? Amanda?
Amanda in Glen Apartments.
Yeah, what was that all about, Amanda? I'm looking for the original call here.
It's 1 week ago. It was on a Tuesday. It appears that they sent her refund to a wrong
Amanda,
address.
She had an issue with her deposit.
Correct.
And so what happened?
Well, I contacted them, and they wouldn't answer, so I kept on contacting them, and they finally did answer, and they send
She
her.
got a letter. So she moved at the end of July and got the letter in August saying she would be getting her deposit. They claim they mailed it on the 13th.
Yes, and I think they mailed it to a bad address. Long story short, she got it a couple days ago, and they told me not to talk to them again because I was in the stage of harassing them.
What? Harassing them? So at this point, they never got it.
She has it. She got. So I get the dinger for $644.
Oh, no, you do. I'm sorry, I misunderstood then. So she did get it, and there you go with your dinger. With my dinger, or whatever. Hold on, let me see. Once in a while, when I'm not here, I try to have Mark use his. Let's hear it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. We can't use Mark's dinger yet. He's got to come up with something better. But you got mine. In fact, I even have sound effects in my bedroom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I didn't do that. Now, who the hell put that sound in there? Anyway.
Someone got in a lot of trouble for that goat sound years ago.
Really? No,
Yep.
Seriously? What do you mean by that? I mean...
Got in a lot of trouble, I'm just saying.
For playing it on the air?
Yep. Isn't that correct, Shannon?
A lot of trouble or 3 days off, however you want to look at it.
Yep.
What are the chances that people on LinkedIn where I'm getting job leads to be a TV reporter don't know how old I am? What are the chances?
About 100%.
Hope it's not HD.
Maybe it's 60 Minutes is
shut
looking
up,
for
John.
a new...
What do you mean? Yeah, I know. I've never seen a 70-year-old reporter in my life. Well, yeah, of course. On
Could
CBS.
be 60 Minutes.
No,
You're
on
right.
60
minutes.
CBS. Yeah, on CBS, I
Looking
think
to-
it's a requirement that you have to be near death.
Looking to spruce up the
And you can
cast a little
change
bit.
people's answers.
That's another requirement at CBS. Near-death experience wanted. Anyway, so as far as personal injury, I actually did get a text here, and they wanted to know if companies are from out of state, but their commercial vehicle was driving through Colorado, do you have to sue them out of state? John
Nope.
Fuller.
No, sir. We can sue them right here.
Why is that? Because it happened here?
Yep, because it happened here, and we have jurisdiction over them because they were traveling through the state of Colorado, thereby transacting business within the four corners of the state, so we have jurisdiction.
Can you think of a scenario where it's necessary or where it would be necessary to go to them out of state?
For an accident that happened here?
No, for any kind of, that's obvious. Like if you're on vacation somewhere and you get into an accident.
Yeah.
But they can't come home and use you, can they?
Well, I do handle cases like that periodically, but I do it with the explanation that if we had to litigate it, I will have to associate with an attorney in that state to actually handle the litigation. But
Okay.
I do handle cases, and sometimes that makes sense because we need to help coordinate the medical care. We need to do everything that needs to be done here, and that's really difficult for an out-of-state attorney to do for a client that's back here in Colorado. So yeah, if you're in that situation, definitely give us a call. We can talk you through it and definitely make it work. But it's a jurisdictional thing. Now, to really expand on that answer, sometimes when you have the jurisdiction to sue somebody in state court, they also have the option of removing that matter to federal court, saying essentially that they don't think they can get a fair shake in that state court, and they have a right to remove it to federal court.
Is that also with mixed venues that can happen when you have mixed jurisdictions? Federal can be a convenient.
Yeah, it's called diversity jurisdiction.
Right.
And so diversity requires that all the parties are diverse, which means you couldn't have two people in Colorado that were parties to the lawsuit and one out-of-state one. That would defeat diversity jurisdiction. But if you only have a plaintiff in Colorado and, say, a Kansas company that you're going after, they could easily remove that to federal court. It'd still be federal court in Colorado, but it would be federal court.
Does that make it easier?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Are they less likely? I mean, is federal jurisdiction harder on personal injury?
Well, it's just a different situation all the way around. My preference is not to be in federal court. The feds use a different jury pool. We can pick what county we want to file our lawsuits in, and we do jury research and stuff to figure out where the people are going to be coming from for any individual action that we're looking at. In federal court, you don't have that. It's a jury pool from the entire state. So you could get people from way south or way western slope, and it's just a different group of people, and it may not be the best one for your particular case.
We got more coming right up.
Now,
This report is
Impact
sponsored
Traffic.
by PureTalk.com.
We're just hearing of a wreck working on Broadway.
Nothing to be sorry about. I was shooting for 51. You're good.
Seeing it in there, but do watch for at least police and fire.
I was waving at Mark to tell him, so we're good here, dude. Super good.
Highway 36 actually looks pretty good if you're rolling towards or heading away from I-25 through there. And the rest of our highways are in pretty good shape. Everything's pretty wide open. We aren't seeing any slowdowns. Do watch for a 3-car pileup tying up that intersection of Chambers and Lincoln Avenue. They're jammed all directions down there. Denver weather for today, sunny skies, high to 40. Clear overnight, get down to 22 for a low. It's 38 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
So what do you want when it comes to retirement planning? Well, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies knows what you need. In fact, they work on putting together a retirement plan for you that is safe and effective, not only in protecting what you have, but in producing income. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. So you want to know what they do? Call them and ask them, and they'll be happy to share with you how they take your elements like 401ks or IRAs and stuff like that, and they work them into an entire plan, which would include long-term care, other insurances, and of course, legacy planning, all of that. They're your consultant for retirement, 970-663-3211, 970-663-3211. Hey, Sheridan Auto Tech. Now that's a breath of fresh air when it comes to auto repairs and maintenance, because you have honesty and integrity first. You have knowledge and experience, so important, and then you have convenience and value. You really can do better. I love their pre-buy inspections on used cars. My goodness, if more people got those, I'd have fewer calls on car day, right? SheridanAutotech.com. Repairs, maintenance, electrical issues, and pre-buy inspections for just I believe it's $120 for a used car. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. You know, people want investments. Vestera Turnkey. That's Barry Miller. He's an esteemed real estate broker. You can read about him. He invented buyer brokerage. And anyway, now what he's doing is helping people become landlords. Now, these are not pooled investments. This is where you become an investor with them, and they help you buy the property, where it is, and when to sell it. They tell you when to sell it. They also hook you up with management companies to take the risk out and the day-to-day hassles, okay? Now, with every investment, there's risk, but I'll tell you what, they make it as low as possible, and they're going to do a webinar for you to find out more, okay? It's on December 7th, and you can be part of it. Go to this website to sign up, please, and find out more, and it's mybiggestreturn.com, mybiggestreturn.com.
Is this
Thank you.
Or is this?
Well, this one doesn't even have a USB port.
I know.
That's a pain in the. Gosh, dang it. You have everything, Mark. Have you ever had an ATV?
Okay, what's your name?
Like a four-wheeler?
Justin?
Yeah.
Lots of.
Justin?
You got one?
I don't now. I've had,
Okay,
I've
Justin,
had
hang on for me, and
lots
Tom
of.
will be with you.
I wouldn't
as
say
soon as
millions, but at
possible.
least
Okay,
10.
hold on.
Well, 5.
I just bought a Can-Am to plow my driveway. Is that a decent one, I hope?
Can-Am's a great product.
Okay.
Do you go far enough back for a trike, a three-wheeler?
Yeah,
ATV?
I had a Honda three-wheeler.
Fantastic.
I had a motorcycle three-wheeler.
That's when I was a teenager, man.
Man.
They outlawed them around then.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
Mark,
dangerous.
Did you meet that guy at the Kia dealership on Arapahoe? on
I
Friday?
did.
Oh, how did that turn out?
Yeah, how did that turn out?
The verdict is still out. We're going to see.
Oh.
I don't like anything they did, but I'm hoping it's all going to be corrected. So he's kind of dumb. I tried to point that out on air. He is fucking not all there, man.
I have a couple of cases like that I'm working right now.
And they took advantage of him, in my opinion, but I think I got through to the right person to get it sorted out. Plus, we don't know what the problem is still. The vehicle still doesn't work. They did the transmission, then they did the computer, and now they don't know what the fuck to do, so they reached out to...
corporate.
Yeah, I forget what it is. What kind of vehicle?
Have they tried turning
Kia.
it off and then back on again?
No.
What are you talking about?
Like with computers.
Rebooting.
Tech support always tells you
Did
to
you have
do
to
that
talk to
first.
people on the north or south side of the street?
Huh?
At that Kia dealer on Rapo?
It's on the...
Because they have
north.
Car
Actually, they have
stopping.
both.
No, I think that's
Would
something
Kevin
else
be
now.
available
the
now?
old one?
Yeah.
I think it's a different dealership.
After
I
the
am.
afternoon, do you think?
What's Kevin's deal?
I thought that's just where they put the used
Or we get Griffin back on afternoon, because for this guy.
Kevin is at the dentist for the
think
next
it's
2.5 hours.
What about Griffin for David on after the noon?
Hardly any.
What do you need him for?
This caller.
What about David? He's a car guy thing.
What are you saying, sir?
Take
You
the
may need
mimosa.
Griffin back for David.
Yeah, just take the mimosa away from her, please. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That's not a mimosa.
Oh.
Gone to lunch.
That's not my leg.
Talk Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Justin, let's talk about this apartment. Go ahead, man. What's going on, Justin?
Are we on the air? We're good?
Yes, sir, we are, Justin.
All right.
Well, hold on. Now, Shannon just started that music, which means we only have a minute. So I'd rather just let you hold and give you time. We will start researching this, so hang on, Justin. Then we also have a car that's just pooping out for no reason. We're going to talk about that. That's a Kia Sorento. So stay tuned on the Troubleshooter Show. We also have John Fuller, 303-597-4500.
Very
In
carefully.
a minute.
Yeah.
Very,
Thank you, brother.
very carefully.
Well, I know
I got
Kevin.
your daughter doing some legal research for me.
Oh, for what?
For that deal.
Oh, cool.
Law students have a
Knack for sniffing shit out.
no, not necessarily. They have something that I don't have, and that's an unlimited LexisNexis access.
Oh.
I mean, I don't ever do out-of-state research for anything, so I don't need that in my subscription. But they give the law students like the Cadillac, or she referred to it, the Lamborghini of Lexus.
Yeah.
You know,
John?
memberships or whatever.
Go anywhere.
That's funny.
Well, they
as
try
long as
to
you want
they
to.
try to get them roped in and fully addicted to one or the other, where they'll use it for the rest of their career. You know, and it works. I mean,
Yeah.
it absolutely works well. Did on me.
Hey, John, I got a question for you about federal
But
court.
I need something researched in Florida, and so I was like, I will pay you to do it, and she'll knock it out.
Hey, Dimitri's
with
got
her.
a question for you.
Hey, John.
Hold on.
He's here now.
He's
Hello.
listening. He's listening.
To take someone to sue someone's federal court, I understand I need to have diversity of citizenship. What about that $75,000 amount?
Yeah, that too.
Like simultaneously, you have to have
Yeah.
both.
Yep.
What if there's diversity of citizenship, but the damages are say under 75? What do you do then? Do you even have a
You're not entitled to federal court. You'll be in state court.
even if somebody's located way outside the state and doesn't?
Well,
have
you've
any
got to have
connection?
jurisdiction over them.
Yeah, but if I don't have jurisdiction over them in state court,
Well, go sue them in their jurisdiction.
oh, that sounds
I
inconvenient.
mean, you're talking about trying to sue somebody in Colorado. You've either got to have subject matter or personal jurisdiction over them, and so they have to have some kind of minimum contacts with the state in order to give you that jurisdiction. So if you don't have jurisdiction over them in the state of Colorado, you're probably not going to have jurisdiction over them in federal court either.
What's the
Because they
minimum
still have to have some connection for the tort that you're trying to sue them in. There's got to be venue, and you know, so there's jurisdiction and there's venue, and you have to have both. So you couldn't sue, for instance, you couldn't sue some Nebraska guy in federal court in Colorado for an accident that happened in Nebraska, even though the plaintiff was in Colorado. You couldn't get jurisdiction over them in any court in Colorado to sue them for that accident that happened in Nebraska, because the venue is not proper in Colorado. There's no touch in the state that would
Gotcha.
bring the jurisdiction of the matter into Colorado. Make sense?
Oh yeah, totally. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And if it's strictly a matter of federal law, then the $75,000 minimum doesn't apply, right? And I'm not talking about a car accident, just theoretically speaking.
If you're using diversity jurisdiction,
Yeah.
there has to be diversity of citizenship and an amount in controversy that is over the 75 grand.
I thought, and I'm not arguing with you, but I thought if there's diversity of citizenship and a federal question,
There doesn't have to be a
then
federal.
I don't need to meet the $75,000 minimum.
Well, give me an example of the federal question.
Oh, well, let's say I'm going after a scumbag telemarketer, a junk telemarketer, who's violating TCPA, and I tracked him down in Florida. I don't have 75,000 in statutory damages. It's just a few thousand.
Right, right.
Then I can still sue him in Denver's federal court, right? Because there's
If
diversity.
you can establish the minimum contacts necessary to get jurisdiction over them.
What would be a standard of minimum contact in this case?
That's a whole body of case law.
Oh, okay, that's a difficult one to answer.
That's not just John talking. That's a whole body of case law. But if the guy is doing, interference with stuff that goes on in Denver, if he's defaming you in Denver, interfering with your contracts in Denver, interfering with your advertising in Denver, you probably have it. But if he's, defaming you in Florida and there's nobody here that's hearing about it, then you may not get it.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? I mean,
it does. I understand why you can't easily answer the question, what is the minimum standard of contact with a state? Because I do understand why it's not an easy one to answer.
well, the way that you phrase that sounds like I'm trying to be deceitful, and I'm not. Minimum
no, of course
contacts
not.
is a standard that was set forth all the way back in a case called International Shoe that every first-year law student learns about in constitutional law. And then there's an entire body of law that comes forward, and it's refined and tinkered with and has been every year since. So minimum contacts is it is a concept. It's a legally defined term that's been established over 100 years of constitutional jurisprudence. It's not a phrase that I came up with, and it's not that I can give you a discernible test, but there is a legal test. If you want to go out and look at International Shoe and all the progeny of that case coming forward, you'll have a pretty good grip on what the minimum contacts is necessary to establish federal jurisdiction.
Thank you.
Can I get 50% for billing him for your services
Sure.
from you? Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm trying to think. Scott, that was a text I sent you, right? I'm trying to think where that picture is to change it.
I think it's a text, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, International Shoe was in 1945, so it's only 90 years of jurisprudence? It's a lot.
Maybe it's my own contacts. That one.
Yeah, but yes.
Yes.
That one.
So that's the one I'll have to change.
Ten seconds, guys.
All right.
Tuesday at 4. Why are Polis and Weiser helping to cover up for Jenna Griswold in this Secretary of State office scandal? And is there any way for we, the people, to force a true independent investigation? Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We are here to help you as we do every day and as I've been doing for more than 45 years, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, recovering literally hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And I'm proud to bring you this hour brought to you by Wave8wealthmanagement.com, the company I formed to help you make wise investment decisions, personal handholding, and the real deal. We do not subcontract it out, nor do we hand it up the line and add a middleman fee. If you want direct management, direct conversations on either a weekly or monthly basis or whenever you want, direct about you and only you, not pooled with other people, then you call me, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357, wave8capital.com. That's the number 8, wave8capital.com. Welcome. John Fuller is with us. Now, John Fuller can help you with any kind of topic on personal injury. Now, we talk about being the auto expert, auto accident expert. He's handled all kinds of personal injury, but that's his forte, is auto accidents. And we were talking about
Speak up.
We were talking about where to sue people, and where do you sue people? And you sue them where the accident took place. Is that, in a nutshell, what you do, John?
Yep, most of the time.
Okay, so if you sue them in Colorado, an accident in Colorado, fine. If you're on vacation somewhere and an accident happens elsewhere, even though you're located in Colorado, then what do you do?
Well, you you have to think about the big picture here, and this is where a lot of people just get, kind of, they're not sure about the process. We don't just run down to the courthouse the day you come hire me for an accident, okay? That is the last step in the process. The process involves getting you the help that you need, getting you the treatment that you need, and then having a negotiation with the insurance company that gives us at least a chance of getting the case resolved fairly for an appropriate amount. If we're not successful in getting that appropriate amount put on the table, then we're going to go down and file the lawsuit and pursue it. So we don't have to necessarily, if you had that accident, say in Kansas or something, there's nothing that prohibits me from handling the case when I have a client back here in Colorado and I'm practicing law in Colorado and dealing with an insurance company. There's nothing that prohibits me from handling that case all the way through the end, as long as I don't have to file a lawsuit in a jurisdiction that I'm not licensed to practice law in. So what that means is, if we get to the point where negotiations have failed and we need to file a lawsuit, I'm going to be shopping for a Kansas attorney to team up with me or to take over the entire case through the litigation process, depending on all the different circumstances.
Okay. Well said, basically. So it all starts with a discussion, and it's safe to say that no matter what, they can call you and ask you questions no matter what. You'll tell them, hey, this isn't the right venue, or this is the right, or this is what we do.
Yeah, so, I hope they do.
Yeah, exactly. And when he's not here at 303-597-4500. I want to go back to Justin, because we didn't have time. So, Justin, you're on the radio. You're talking about an apartment complex. Go ahead, sir.
I'm on right now?
You are, sir. Yes, you are. That's why I said that. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I've been having an issue with apartment management.
Tell me what's going on. Tell the story.
They had an inspection thing. They put a note on my door. Good to go. They're doing filter and fire apartment, the smoke detectors.
Yeah.
Cool. They're extending it out. But my apartment manager wanted to come in here and started looking at things. Like, this is not a scheduled inspection. I have inspections by the VA and Denver Housing Authority.
Now, are you on subsidized housing?
Yes, I live in the apartment that's right across from the old Claremont VA.
But okay, does VA pay for it?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's on the Department of Housing Authority. They give them it's a subsidized. So okay. I pay half and they pay half, and
okay, but it's VA and HUD.
Denver Housing.
Denver Housing. Okay, so what I want to know is this: your landlord, not VA, but your landlord wanted to inspect the apartment.
No, she just came in. I let her because I was like, what are you doing? I thought they were just going to change out the filters because I wasn't ready for an inspection. I have a chest fracture and a broken sprained hand, which is my dominant right hand, so I am not able to clean as well. I'm a United States Marine. I clean.
All right. Gotcha.
So I'm not able to clean as well as
No, I get you. I get you. Now, but at first they said it was to change.
Went into the bathroom.
Justin, Justin, let me get a picture here first. At first, they said it was to change your filter and smoke detector inspection, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what did they do?
Then she came into the bathroom area in my bathtub. She's like, "Where's your drain plug?" I was like, well, I took the drain plug out because I have long hair. So it's getting clogged. So I took it out. It's right by the toilet. I was like, it's right there. And I was like, wait a minute, this is an inspection? And she started going through my bedroom. She's like, oh no, this is too much. I'm not a hoarder. I maybe I might classify him as a hoarder, but I collect a lot of Hot Wheels, Funkos, action figures, a lot of things that are special to me. And they're in cases and they're protected. And she's just like, oh, no, this is not good. And then she goes to my balcony and she's like, this is a violation because I had bicycles on my porch. And it went downhill from there.
Got it.
'Cause
Okay.
I honestly threw her out of my domicile.
So what
'Cause
did
she
you
started
say?
asking
I
about
need to know, like, how you did that. Like, for example, was she with anyone else, or was she with anyone else, or was she alone?
There was two other witnesses.
Okay. So when you
Joshua
said I'm not ready,
and the other guy.
when you said I'm not ready for an inspection, please leave. Then what?
I don't think I said that. I said the bad words that can't go over the radio.
All right. Thank you. So Justin, here's what I
Yeah,
say.
get,
Okay.
uh,
What were
yeah,
the?
get,
Here's what I need to know. What
out.
were the consequences of this? Tell me what happened as a result of this.
I don't know yet. I've never gotten a letter on my door of a violation or anything yet.
Okay. So what do you think? When did this inspection happen?
What was that?
When will this? When did this happen?
November 5th, voting day.
Okay.
The day of voting.
Now, why are you calling us then? Tell me what you're anticipating.
Well, I'm wondering how do I deal with the manager that I'm expecting some kind of retaliation.
Okay. I want to explain something to you, and you're not going to like it, okay?
Uh-oh.
There is something in criminal law, and it's called fruit from the poisonous tree. Okay, this is in criminal law. What that means is no. Here's what it means. It means that when they're looking around for something and they have a legit reason for looking at something, but they find something that's really, really wrong, but they don't have a reason for looking at that, they can't use that evidence against you. That's in criminal law. In civil law, or in civil circumstances, this isn't even law. You're not even being accused of anything. She was in your apartment. Now, she's not a police officer. This is not a civil.
She is the sheriff, though.
Justin, just wait. Just let me finish, man. Just let me finish, and you'll hear what I'm saying. She's not bound by the same search and rules and constitutional issues as a police officer or authorities. Those rights were established to keep us from being oppressed. Okay, when a landlady or landlord, let's call them landlord, is in your home to change filters, if she notes something that she does not like, you can't say to her, well, wait a minute, that wasn't why you were in my apartment. That's fruit from a poisonous tree. You can't use that against me. She absolutely can. Anything she observes, she can use against you. So if she feels that your apartment is unsafe or violates rules in any way, I just want to tell you this up front, then you can go about it any way you want. You can't make the argument, now wait a minute, she wasn't there to inspect, she was there to change a furnace filter, because it's not a constitutional right that she can't look at a dangerous condition. Now, you can disagree with her on whether it's dangerous or whether it violates policy, and you can fight what could be an eviction, or you can decide to comply. So that's what's going to come. But you don't have a special argument based on what you were saying in the beginning. I think what you were trying to establish is that she came into your apartment under false circumstances. She came in to change filters and went further. That's okay. John, you understand what I'm saying?
I let her.
John, do you understand what I'm saying?
I let her.
Yep.
I
sure do.
understand that you let her. That has nothing to do with it. I don't mean disrespect to you. Listen, you're a veteran. You're disabled. I get that, and I want to help you. But I also want you to have accurate information. John, can you expound on what I was saying? You understand what I'm saying, right, John? He's trying to make a case for
No, I understand. Listen, this is not a criminal case.
I'm not getting evicted or nothing. I'm just saying nobody's hung anything on the door yet. I'm just trying to preemptive.
Okay.
That's why I love
okay. No one is saying that. I am saying she could evict you because of it. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. So I think what Tom's trying to say, sir, is that, we're not talking an evidentiary standard that might come in like a criminal case or something. If the landlord was in your property for any reason and saw something that you weren't allowed to have, and that forms the basis of an eviction, you can't complain about that. You can't get out of the eviction by saying you weren't here for that in the first place.
No,
so
the whole thing was just a drain plug and a violation.
No, I understand that. So if the drain plug is not a violation that would allow her to terminate your lease, then it's not going to be the grounds to terminate your lease.
Justin,
but if it is, if you had,
Plus, I signed my lease 2 months ago, so a year lease. So I'm like, hey man, you ain't trying to kick me out.
Okay, let me just give you an example and see if this makes better sense. Let's say you had a meth cooking operation in the kitchen, okay, and saving aside the fact that would be illegal all by itself, that would be a violation of your lease. The fact that she was there to change a filter wouldn't change the fact that she walked in on a big cook going on in your kitchen of an illegal substance. So she could easily evict you, and there's not a single thing you could say that would stop that. Here you're talking about a drain plug, okay, and a bunch of clutter. If that's not enough to violate your lease, it can't form the basis of an eviction. So you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So
I'm just got my
I understand you. I understand you being. I understand you being upset for sure. Okay, but here's all we're saying.
If someone comes into your house and looks at your house and be like, "Oh, what you doing?" It's the same thing, Tom.
It's not the same thing because I own the house. Listen,
there you go.
I understand because you'll be there with the click clack.
Now listen. I'm not, Justin. Trust me. I'm not saying people have a right to just invade your privacy and give you hell, okay? That's not the case here. This is a landlord who was in there on a legit reason, and if I'm not saying anything is accurate, but if she says she believes you are violating terms of the lease, she has a right to try to evict you on it, and you have a right to disagree. However,
slow your roll, Tom, because she ain't know to put no things on my door saying eviction.
Then why are you calling, sir?
Justin,
how about that?
Okay, then the reason I'm addressing that is because I thought that's why you were calling.
Oh, no, this is preemptive.
Okay, so it's preemptive of what, Justin? What is it preemptive of? Of what? Preemptive of what? Of the sun coming up tomorrow? What is it preemptive of?
We're in affordable housing at 1170 Ash Street.
Justin, you said you called me on a preemptive move. Preemptive of what? Just tell me. Preemptive.
An eviction, I think.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get him because he's telling me he's not being evicted. So you called as a preemptive move to what? What are you expecting?
Eviction paperwork on my door.
So therefore, when I address the preemptive concern of eviction, you answer me by saying, well, she didn't do anything. Okay, so fine. You got your information. When she does something, apply the information. Thank you for calling. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You see, we could do that circle for about 3 more hours if we wanted to, but I'm not going to do the circle, okay? He was calling for fear that what she discovered may lead to an eviction. What we were telling him is, if she does, he has no special rights because she was in there changing furnace filters. Bottom line, If a landlord observes anything in your apartment that he or she does not like, even if they put their hands on their temples and peer through your window, that is not something you can argue. If they found it, it doesn't matter how they found it. What they can't do is break and enter, okay? They can't do that, but they can enter your apartment. And they can look in the windows. Sorry, they can.
You got a break, buddy.
I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You know, Gravina's, they used to say, as Larry would do the commercials, Gravina's has the greatest windows, and nobody beats Gravina's. Nobody. Remember that? You know, that's Larry Gravina, and his son Nick is now with him. Larry started that company, Gravina's, on 950 West Evans, in 88, and he worked with his dad since 72. Here's the deal. Gravina has the heritage most companies wish they had. Gravina's windows, siding and doors, and you know what? They have 50 lines of windows and several lines of siding and doors. Why? Because they believe in variety. So if you want variety, if you want quality, if you want tradition and heritage and a company you can trust, it's GravinaWindows.com. GravinaWindows.com. 303-472-8462. 303-472-8462. Zero Res Denver. Now, you want to talk about trust. You want to talk about great service. You want to talk about healthy, clean service. God, I just love Zero Res. Let me tell you why. I take care of myself. I exercise. I try to eat organically where I can without going crazy. I have good water in my house, right? You know, the purified water. And I care about it. Well, you should also care about the environment in your home. And Zero Res comes into your home to clean carpets without any soaps, emulsifiers, or chemicals, or anything dangerous whatsoever. So the whole inside of your house is cleaner because of it. They take out the crap from previous cleanings. They also take out any allergens or pathogens with purified water. That's what they use. Softened, purified water. That's why it's called Zero Res, for zero residue. And we're talking about a great company with a great heritage and great cleaning. The indoor environment of your home is so important, but they do it. Look at 3 rooms starting at just $109, $75 off duct cleaning. They also do tile and grout upholstery and mattresses. Call Zero Res, 303-471-5150, 471-5150. And right now, before the end of the year, I urge you to call my friends at this place, Integra Insurance. They're insurance brokers. They make health insurance simple and smart. What do I mean by that? It's simple. You're looking for health insurance now during open enrollment. You have till the end of the year to buy it. And you need to do it sooner if you want to have it start January 1st. So call them and let them sift through all the coverages to get the plan you need for your conditions and your situation. They can help you with the subsidies and all of the tax credits. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. Integra, I-N-T-E-G-R-A. IntegraInsurance.com.
Keeps
my mom worked
stopping
there when they
while
built
in action.
Post office.
It like
That's
conks
why
out.
the only reason I know it. Where do you work,
Yeah.
Mom? I work
Okay.
in White.
Where do you? Hang on for me.
But you're right. There's a lot of, I tried to teach these two at T-Home, but they won't listen. Him and Tom.
No, they're Tay-John.
Yeah, Tay-John or to John. Because we had that auto repair place
Yeah,
there.
we did. Yeah.
What happened to them, Mark?
Who's that, sir?
It's not JFR. That's the broker. That auto repair place on T-Home.
Oh,
they were real good, but they didn't have a horrible website or something. No website.
They didn't have a website at all.
Yeah,
They're so fucking busy it didn't matter. They were so busy it was crazy. I had to drive down there for a completely different reason. I was absolutely shocked how busy they were.
It was like Evans and
Well, they're in a neighborhood.
There's no place to fucking park.
Yeah, I mean,
it's horrible.
They're in an area where most of the cars would be needing repairs.
Yeah, it's true.
Shit and bricks.
Ain't like Cherry Hills where, you know.
Yeah, some people view Colorado Springs now as COS.
Well, that's just the FAA 3.
That's the airport code.
Yeah, identifier.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like DIA is actually DEN.
Yeah, same in Florida.
Hey,
Are you
Mark.
coming over Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the
Mickey
Trump
Mouse
dance the
Club, that's how we
NFL's
do
doing?
that one. Well, the biggest one. that
Oh,
people
everybody's
don't know
doing
is
it, man.
I know
Chicago
the NFL
O'Hare.
doesn't like it because they're woke
You know the history.
The
bastards.
Trump bump, baby. The NFL can suck the big one.
Very colorful way of putting it.
See, Mr. B, look at me learning. I didn't say
they can't
dick.
dance.
So I could have easily said that, but I didn't. Did everybody else catch that? I have turned over a new leaf. I am no longer cussing.
You don't have to. You got 89%.
91.
91.
But who's counting?
Yeah, well, but who would know, right?
Actually, before I met Martino, I didn't cuss one time.
yeah.
Well, I don't mind it until I have my 5-year-old granddaughter listening to the show too.
I suggest you don't listen on YouTube then.
Well, yeah, but that's where the good stuff is.
The good and bad.
Yeah.
You know what I might do for some people that download and listen at night? I might do like one segment where I talk like
10 seconds, guys.
So, babies, all you got.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Hey, David. This we got Kevin Calkin on, one of our auto experts at SheridanAutotech.com. Kevin's a smart man, and David wants to talk about his car, and it was stopping. So, David, explain what's going on with your car. First of all, it's a Kia, a 2023 Kia Sorento. Can't have that many much mileage, David. What has it got on it? David?
No, it's only got about 9,000 miles on it.
What?
Oh, wow.
And wait a minute, what does the dealer say about it? It's under warranty.
So, purchased the vehicle the end of December 2023, like December 30th. Yeah. Early April of 2024, was driving the car with my family in traffic. A bunch of lights flashed on the dashboard. Proceeded to make a left-hand turn at an intersection. At that point in time, the car went into what you would call like a limp mode, where the car kind of shut down. It had power, but I could only go about half a mile an hour, and nearly got broadsided. Yep. Nearly got broadsided in an intersection. When the car shut down, limped into a parking lot. Kind of was like, okay, this is not cool.
Exactly.
Shut the car off, recycled it. It started back up. Had it towed to the dealership. They had it for roughly 28 days in April, doing a multitude of diagnostics. They couldn't figure out what the problem was. They had specialists from Kia fly out to try to figure out what the problem was. They couldn't diagnose it. They ultimately came down to the assumption there had been other cars in the country where there was a so-called voltage drop in the throttle body. So they put a new throttle body on the car back in late April. After about 28 days, we picked it up, drove it, for many months. And then on November 1st, my wife was driving my daughters to gymnastics on a county road, and the exact same problem happened. She's going, 50 miles an hour. The car starts slowing down. She can't figure out why. She keeps pressing the gas harder and harder, and the car won't go. Luckily, she was able to kind of coast into a parking lot, avoiding any accidents. And essentially it was the same problem.
Hey, bro, how many miles did you say it was? How many miles? You said there were very little miles.
9,000. Yep.
Yeah, I won't say it's like high 9,000, maybe 10,000.
I'd be really pissed. I'd be really pissed. I mean, but here's one thing I do want to say, and then I'm going to let Kevin take that. But David, you mentioned the same problem. What you mean is the same limp mode. Let me explain something. The limp mode is triggered by more than one problem. So it could literally be different problems that cause the same limp mode, but it seems like the same problem to you. So what do you think's going on, Kev?
Not to interrupt you, but the car back in April, they were able to pull up a non-active code, they call it, back in April. When the car went into the same situation two and a half weeks ago with my wife, she was wise enough to pull out her phone and she actually videotaped the dashboard. The same exact code that popped up in April popped up again in November.
Oh, so it was the same actual code.
The same problem.
What code was it?
Yeah, and what they're telling, I don't know the code number. My wife has it on her phone. The dealership has the car right now, but it's the same problem, and it's just a matter of, where they're at right now. I got a call from the dealership earlier today. They're like, you know what? We've had the car. We've driven it 100 miles, which I'm not a fan of them putting 100 miles on my car during diagnostics. But they're like, oh, we can't figure out what's wrong with it. Kia doesn't have a solution right now. Do you want to come get your car? I'm like, well.
Wait a minute. They don't know what's causing it? They do not know what's causing it.
They say they have the code because the code is not an active code. They can't troubleshoot it, and they've been driving our car since November 1st, trying to get the problem to replicate. And I'm like, here's the problem. It happened to us in April. It took 6 months for it to replicate for us.
Oh man!
And both times it shut off in traffic.
Oh man!
Really I'm like, of course you're not. Yeah, it's frustrating, and I'm not gonna lie. I've had cars with recall problems in the past, but the speakers have a fuzzy sound in them, or the air conditioning doesn't work. I've never had a so-called safety issue where the car literally loses power in the middle of traffic. Once, almost caused an accident with me and my 2 kids in the car, and my wife. I'm not super happy. I bought my wife a brand new car to have a safe car, and I have absolutely the opposite of a safe car.
Yeah, if you can get me the code, I can do a little research, later on today.
Sure.
Because there are some commonalities in these cars. I mean, but that's something Kia would know as well. I mean, they had an ignition failure sensor that is chronic in these, 20 to 23 Kias. They're constantly going down. Mm-hmm. But that's something they would be aware of. So I'm a little confused as to what the code would give us a little better idea of which direction to go. But I'd be happy to research it for you.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, we assumed that when they replaced the throttle body in April, I'm like, okay, great, happy life. We got a safe car again. Only to find out.
What do you? Okay, so Kevin, do you have any ideas, any clues? What do you think?
Well, without a code, I need a direction. But the most common failure we see is what they call an ignition failure sensor. It's a sensor that monitors the amperage between the ignition coils and the computer. So it can shut it down if it sees a glitch or anything, and it's fairly common. Mm-hmm. But you would think Kia would be well aware of that.
I mean, they've had the car for roughly a combined 46 days in the first 10 months of ownership.
So
now,
there's nothing.
And they can't.
Kevin, what would you do if you had the car? I mean, it's still under warranty. He's not going to do it, but what would you do? What would you do?
Well, there's got to be something else they can try. I mean, one thing is replicating. If you can't replicate, there is what they call freeze frame data. It'll show you exactly what the car saw when this code's set, although it's not active. It's stored in the computer, unless they cleared it. Things like that.
I gotta take this break. If you can hang on, please, Kev. We'll come back to it and more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jack in the Box.
We've been light on the number of issues here heading into the lunch hour. We're actually in pretty good shape, especially as far as our highways are concerned. You got a wide open trip up and down the I-25 corridor. No problems for I-70 getting from one end of the city to the other. 225 looking great end to end across Aurora. C470, Boulder Turnpike, I-76, they're all up to speed. Cleared up that crash we had at Chambers and Lincoln Avenue. Much better drive through that intersection. You still have the one blocking the on-ramp here, southbound Broadway, getting onto westbound Highway 36. Denver weather for today, mostly sunny skies, high up near 40 degrees. In fact, we're just about there, 39 in downtown Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Jack in the Box is never not serving breakfast. That means you can pick up Jack's $5 Big Deal breakfast meal featuring a breakfast jack, hash brown, and French toast sticks. All morning, day, and night. Find one at a Jack in the Box near you.
Sheridan Auto Tech, we just heard from Kevin. Uncle Kevin is there to help you at Sheridan Auto Tech. You can do drive-bys, and he'll do quick diagnostics. If they have time, they can also schedule you in. They're conveniently located on Colfax, west of Wadsworth, plenty of parking. And you have honesty, integrity, and everything it takes to be the auto repair place you can trust. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. Hey, Gravina's. You want windows? You get them at Gravina's. You want doors? You get them at Gravina's. You want siding? You get it at Gravina's. Here's what I love about Gravina's. They're in business since 88. In fact, since 72, if you count the dad, or even before that. And here's the family, 950 West Evans, continuing the great tradition with Nick and his father, Larry. If you want variety, they don't believe in one or two lines. They have 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding, and of entry doors. 303-472-8462, 472-8462, GravinaWindows.com.
Thursday and Friday,
I didn't
right?
say any days. I might have agreed with the days he said, but
I was looking at his calendar, and I thought it was Tuesday, Wednesday.
I know the holiday's Wednesday, so it should be Thursday, Friday, yeah.
Right.
Although it is leap year, so they switched it to January. So now
The
it's
whole deal's off. I'm not doing
now
that
it's
fucking
Saturday and
leap
Sunday.
year shit. Fuck that.
So it's not Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Wednesday, Thursday.
It's Thursday, Friday.
Thursday.
That's Doc Day.
The first is on Wednesday this year.
Yep. And then same with Christmas, of course.
Right. Crazy like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Thanksgiving, this is the first year Thanksgiving's on a Friday.
Limp mode happens for anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was always.
Biden got it all messed up on the federal calendar. Biden was doing the Trump dance.
Okay, you guys got me all confused.
But
Will there be a live show on New Year's Eve, the 31st, on Tuesday?
No.
No. So we don't have to come in that day, Scott.
Thursday, Friday. Yeah. The second and third. Thursday,
Yes.
Friday.
Have you cleared it with Doc because he doesn't allow us to come in on his days?
Oh,
I don't even care. All three of you should be here if possible. I don't know what days any of you come in, honestly.
Yeah. We're going to need some subject matter to talk about. So that gives you a good month to be thinking about that, you know.
Well, we have football, the college games.
I mean, I could sue them after 3 months.
We talk about Mark the first hour, you know, Tom the second hour, Drew the third hour.
Talk about returns.
And then Doc.
After Christmas returns.
You know,
Doc.
we got Mark, Tom, Doc, and Drew. We got 4 hours right there, you know.
You do the best Christmas gift. That's always good after Christmas. And the worst Christmas gift.
The trees are moving.
Yeah.
It's breezy out there.
Said like 30, 40 miles an hour.
We're supposed to be, snowing up in the mountains, but not down here or something?
If you buy under the warranty,
I just wanted to snow second week.
they're not going to
Christmas,
warranty
so
us
I don't
beyond
have to
6
put it in
months.
lights for a year. I've gone. I'm done. I'm just done with that.
And my neighbors are gone.
So I think
This year, and they're waiting to turn it on
if they
until
took that out, that would
like
be
after
short.
Thanksgiving.
They
I mean,
made
they've
it flat
got
2 years
a
regardless of
sleigh that's like life size.
Because what if you buy a car
parked
with a
next to his
6-month
house
warranty?
over
They're
there,
saying
and they've been
manufacturer,
building
we
these
don't give a
goddamn
shit.
reindeers.
Still have a lemon.
I don't even know how bad it's going to be, but I think it's.
Is
gonna
it big
involve-
enough to where people will be driving over to see it?
I think it's going to involve flying reindeer and
that's cool.
This sleigh
Does it say
maybe.
anything about warranty period?
They've been working on it for months. They're both retired and
have nothing else to do.
nothing else to do. They've always gone crazy on their house, and we've never done like we literally just bought a Christmas tree this last weekend for the first time at this house. We've lived at for 5 years.
When did it come
But
into
we
effect?
haven't been here for Christmas in 10 years. You know, we took all of our Christmas
Of
shit down to
24?
Florida. It's all got destroyed in a hurricane.
10 seconds,
6
guys.
years ago. So we have other Christmas.
Hurt in a car crash? Get John Fuller on your side. Call Fuller.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So the lemon law that changed in August extended to 2 years. The cover used to be a year from purchase or the warranty period, whichever is shorter. And usually it's been a year. And now they're saying it's 2 years, and I'm not sure it's a relationship with a warranty, but it doesn't matter because most warranties are over 2 years anyway. So, in essence, 2 years is the lemon law. You should still be under that. When did you buy this, David?
Yeah, the car was bought on December 30th of 2023, and it is my understanding that because our car was purchased before that law change, we fall under the old law, which is 1 year.
You're right. It doesn't go retroactive. Most laws do not. Most laws do not.
Strangely, so while we were on break there, my wife actually found that code. She logged onto the Kia app, and we have the code. I mean,
and what does it say?
My
it is?
My issue here is, it is the code is P as in Papa 065312.
And that's a Kia code?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, let's talk about it. The dealer.
I mean, where we're at now. Sorry, go ahead.
The dealer could not fix it.
They still can't fix it. They had it again for another 17 or 18 days. They're asking me if I want to come pick up the car. My response was, "Is it fixed?" And their response is, "We don't know."
Okay, Kevin.
Do you want to come
what
get
I'm
your car?
reading
And I'm
here,
like,
Kevin, what I'm reading here about that code is that there's a sensor reference voltage is high. So I don't know what that means, but it says faulty sensor within the B circuit. There could be a short circuit or an open circuit, corrosion or poor connection, or issues with the ECM. Now, Kevin, you're equipped for all of those. Here's what I would do. Here's exactly what I would do. And Kevin, I'll let you talk to this, but here's what I would do if I were you, David. I would take it over to Kevin and say, you know what, Kevin, just check it out. And if he finds something, if you have to pay for the diagnostic, fine. But I take it over to the dealer and say, here's what's wrong with it, fix it.
Right.
Because they may not they may not know how to find it, and Kevin can. Maybe.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Kev? What do you think?
No, it's entirely possible. Like I said, hopefully they didn't clear everything out, so we still have some data to work with. That's the main thing. But I'd be more than happy to take a look at it and do a little research on the code as well, because there's commonalities in all cars. So there's got to be a direction and something they can try. And sometimes under warranty, they can't just try things if they're not related, or they can't prove the problem because Kia won't pay them. So that's why they tend not to try things under warranty. So,
but
yeah, we can definitely look, and it wouldn't hurt.
I guess our issue too is, since this is deemed to be somewhat of a big of a safety issue. It's a big safety issue. We know we're butting up really quickly against any potential lemon law activity. What is your guidance in the past, maybe having worked with other people, is what's the best course of action? It is my understanding that we can send a certified letter to Kia or whomever it is, but that doesn't do anything in terms of locking in the claim. It sounds like there has to be a lawsuit filed before our so-called December 30th cutoff. Is there truth to that? Or what I don't want to do is have this car have the same failure 6 more months from now, and I've lost all recourse because we didn't file properly during the, lemon law period of time, that first year that we're kind of locked into. Because at this point in time, I don't feel safe having my family in the car when it loses power when they're driving around town. It's not my idea of fun.
I'm not 100% familiar with lemon law procedures and so forth. I've never really got involved in those.
Sure.
So listen, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You can't do the lemon law after the. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. It happened during the first year, didn't it?
Oh yeah, we're inside the 1 year period. That's what I'm saying. But we're running short on time. I have roughly 6 weeks before I lose any chance to have Kia make this right for me.
No, hold on.
You know what I mean?
So listen, 1 year from purchase is the original lemon law. You would still have 1 year from purchase. You bought it in December. You know what? You may want to go see what's the Raina's. Isn't Raina her name? Katrina? Yeah. Raina?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give him Raina's number?
Okay.
Raina is a lemon law.
I spoke to. I've actually spoke to Raina. I spoke to Raina this morning.
What did she say?
Strange that you brought her name up.
What did she say?
It was more of the situation of, obviously it was a consultation appointment, so she can't really give any legal advice because I'm not a retained client yet. But it was very, I don't want to say it was ambiguous, but it was a little bit more like, well, you could do this, you could do that. I'm not telling you what to do about picking the car up, but I'm just like,
of course
I'm in a situation where it's like, not necessarily a situation where I want to accumulate a bunch of lawyer fees.
Well, they pay the lemon law. The lemon law allows for you to collect attorney's fees. So if she thinks it's a good case,
understood. And that's the part where I think, from her standpoint, which I can respect, she can't tell me, I think this is a great case, let's take it. It's more of like,
break when you get a chance, buddy.
Enter a situation.
All right, I got to take this break. I can't. I'm sorry. You got to hold on. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
We've been light on the number of issues here heading into the lunch hour. We're actually in pretty good shape, especially as far as our highways are concerned. You got a wide open trip up and down the I-25 corridor. No problems for I-70 getting from one end of the city to the other. 225 looking great end to end across Aurora. C470, Boulder Turnpike, I-76, they're all up to speed. Cleared up that crash we had at Chambers and Lincoln Avenue. Much better drive through that intersection. You still have the one blocking the on-ramp here, southbound Broadway, getting onto westbound Highway 36. Denver weather for today, mostly sunny skies, high up near 40 degrees. In fact, we're just about there, 39 in downtown Denver. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
It's Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you buy other select major appliances. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details while supplies last.
FixMyHome.com is the website. Go there, FixMyHome.com, and then book now. That's where you get Fix It 24/7 and the $39 Extreme Clean. Let me tell you what they do. They really want you to see the work they do, 2 hours or more on your furnace, changing out what needs to be changed out if you do. And, of course, they that's filters that you have. But if you need repairs, you'll get a straight and honest estimate. But here's the main point. They don't come looking to replace anything. They look coming to clean it, and they want you to see the extreme difference. That's why they do it for just $39. FixMyHome.com, and that's 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. Book now. The Art of Granite. You want to use your phone and get a price right now for granite countertops or quartz or quartzite or any kind of marble, any kind of countertop. Let's just put it that way. Man-made or natural stone. They're direct stone importers. They're happy to put us on the phone. They charge wholesale on all materials, always for countertops. Or you can even get free materials if you find a piece big enough in their remnant yard. Yep, that's true. Free materials. You pay for fabrication and installation. And by the way, tear out and haul away is always free. 303-386-5919. Get your price now. 303-386-5919. theartofgranite.com. And speaking of the cold coming, as you know, 888heating.com's been on a referral list for many, many years, and they do high efficiency replacements. And they believe in that. Now, if your system is 15 years, start thinking about it. If it's 20 years or older, you really should replace. I'm serious. Now, there are some rare cases, if you've maintained it, they'll last. But these new systems are like 95 to 98% efficient. What are you kidding me? 888heating.com says for the same equipment, you won't get a better price anywhere. 888heating.com. I urge you to call them 303-770-2776. Thank you, man. Thank you. So I'm trying to figure out. So he's even within the original lemon law because they didn't fix the damn thing. He should do something on that.
Tom, can you listen or hear?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know where that guy has that Kia up in, I guess, Longmont, but we had great luck, both me and Bo, with Grand Kia on 104th.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They replaced an engine for a woman that I handled. You know, he might try there. That's a little bit closer than Kevin, but whatever.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's expensive. Hey, Kelly?
Yeah.
Would you put Mackenzie's number up for me? His cell phone. Just put it on the screener.
Yep. Look under spot notes.
Your mom is under spot notes.
When is the governor up in Colorado? When is the
Polis?
When will he run again?
He can't.
He's
No, I don't mean run again. I'm sorry. When will the governor's race be up again?
Next year.
Is it?
Just in time for the next presidency run.
No, it won't. No. The next presidency run is.
Yeah, you don't think he's running for president?
You got it?
Oh. Yeah, but he can't run for governor again, thank God.
10 seconds, guys.
You know who?
Dan has strong opinions, and I like that.
Dan Kaplis.
And Kaplis, he keeps fighting the good fight.
On Denver's talk station.
The station I keep it on.
630 KHOW.
All right. Anyway, there's no reason to bring David back on that. But Kevin, any parting words on his Sorrento?
Would definitely get a second opinion, either another Kia dealer or, like I said, we'd be happy to look at it for him.
That's what I think.
You know, yeah, you can't just keep waiting because he's going to, like you said, he's going to run out of clock on it.
You know, the problem is, Kevin, is that sometimes what I've found weird is that you can switch dealers even and find a problem.
Yes.
There's different skill levels.
Yes. Yeah, not all dealers are the same. Absolutely.
Anyway, thank you very much. That's Sheridan Auto Tech. We love these guys. 303-455-7242 is where they are. We have another hour to go. I urge you to get your calls in. We love solving problems. We also have John Fuller with us. Don't forget, we got questions for him on fax. Text. Boy, I'm showing my age, right? We got more coming up. 303 Martino, 303-627-8466.
His term ends in 27.
How old are you?
Well, that 26 election.
Oh.
Right.
I didn't want to do that.
If it goes in January.
Screwed it all up, Kelly.
I don't think Capitals could ever get elected.
Who?
Capitals.
Where's your friend?
You know
She's
what?
looking at squirrels.
I can't find her. She must be upstairs.
Stand up pro-choice, pro-life.
Nope.
Way over
Taking a break.
Your
I mean, he doesn't back off at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, my Maine Coon is 2.5 times that size.
I had a Maine Coon that kind of was that color.
To me.
Yeah. Was that an outdoor cat when you lived out in the countryside?
Never been a big fan.
Good.
I got
Not
a
convention. I don't think
Is that a male?
Party is either. You know,
This big, I mean, 25 pounds.
long enough to be capped for many, many years.
That's awesome.
Exactly, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
when they chose him to go for anything. He didn't run for fucking school board or anything. You know.
I was jokingly putting it on YouTube, but I honestly thought the only person that could win as a Republican statewide.
I mean, they were goners. There was no way you could keep a cat in the country. No way.
And he ain't, you know, I understand he ain't a politician. He's never.
Barn cats, they'll go out.
But
they'll
he's the
buy
only guy that
coyote.
could break the Democratic.
I don't think there is.
They'll try to attack us now.
I mean, you think about the last one that we
Nothing
had.
good happens to cats.
Colorado was 2 million.
How long did the Maine Coon live?
And it still was, you know, the greater Denver area was outweighed by the whole rest of Colorado.
All right, hey, I appreciate it.
You know, it's
I don't know how long.
we had so many people.
Give me
that came
Mackenzie's
in.
again.
She lived a good
Between
time,
the
like
Denver and the Boulder, and
Awesome.
even to a certain extent the metro areas of the Springs, and even up to Fort Collins.
Yep.
You've got a band of merry little Democrats there that are just simply not outnumbered by the rest of the state.
968.
And it was that way forever, and ever, but it will
4983.
never be that way again. You know.
What did Tom?
Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. I love that.
You saw that?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that a whole bunch of
Immigration.
times.
You see what it
Oh,
says?
it's
Upset everyone.
Don't fucking
I always thought he had a
Oh, I didn't see that
What do you
part.
have a bunch
I was
of
just
people
looking
working
at the
on
map.
and
It's.
something. He was so
I thought it was-
anti-immigrant.
Is that what it
We
was?
had some people working on his house.
But so many of them have done that. I
Who
don't know if
hasn't?
you're right. Yeah, including someone in this room.
Absolutely, more than one person in this room.
Holy shit.
All or everyone.
Hey, Mark. Oh, he's not there.
What's that?
But he was, you know,
No,
you or I would not deny it.
Yeah.
But he was so anti everything, and then it came out.
Yeah, I
you
think
know.
maybe that it was that.
I got gym day today. I hate fucking gym day.
Blah, 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 blah.
I do love it.
It's so good for you. And it feels so nice when you're done. Yeah, that's the big motivator, right?
I kind of like. I have mixed blessings.
Yeah, I think those days.
So I had that steroid injection last night.
Well, I've blamed it, and I'm not that great on politician, but I always
How
blame
often do you have to
that
get
guy
those?
named
Oh no, he said this.
Waffles or whoever
Just
it
one.
was.
He just
He
wanted
was head of the Republican Party in the state.
Wadhams.
Wadhams.
See,
If he couldn't find a Coors to run, and they never got elected. Anything.
Well, didn't Pete run?
He might have run for something.
Yeah, he did.
Pete, yo, no,
Pete
but-
Coors.
yeah. And then the one guy ran, and then he came back again and ran.
Right. And I don't think Pete really ever moved the needle that much. I mean, he had the money and stuff to fund the campaign, but I don't think he ever pulled anywhere close to the numbers that you wanted him to pull. You know,
He pulled some politician out of Denver, and I was there then, and that guy was a zero. God, began with an M. He ran statewide, and he didn't get any. Well, none of the people statewide have got anything since Ritter.
no.
Was he the last one?
Yeah, and then you had, you know, I mean, think about who really defines the Republican Party in Colorado right now.
I can't think of it.
Lauren Boebert.
It's up to you. Remember, you just tell me
No.
what day you're going to have time after the show, and then I'll schedule.
So next week now, or what? Or this week?
Let me take a look at my schedule. So tomorrow doesn't work for me, but I'm pretty flexible in all the other afternoons this week.
So tomorrow, okay, Thursday doesn't work for me. Tomorrow I have my son.
So that leaves
It's
us with
just like
Friday
in
or Monday.
Washington, the Republicans can't
Or any
get
other
out of their
afternoon
own
this
fucking
week.
way, you know, for years. Even when they had a majority the last time, they wasted the entire majority.
They didn't do anything.
Sitting
They
there
really-
fighting
yeah.
amongst themselves about
So
who the
Monday,
secret was
and
gonna
Friday,
be,
I have time.
until all of a sudden
Okay,
it
let's do
basically
it
was
Friday
gone, and then they wondered
This coming
what
Friday.
happened. Why
What
didn't you
time?
get anything
Yeah,
done?
totally.
Well,
Okay,
we
I'll
tried.
get my stuff
No,
together.
you weren't. You're fucking wasting your time with fucking inter-party squabbles and shit.
All right,
you
cool,
know?
done.
I don't think that'll happen this time.
Well, I hope you're right.
Well, name a
But it
Republican
could.
that is
How
statewide.
serious do you get with?
You could with these appointments.
what's a
and
hobby?
I
all
know,
that
so how
stuff.
serious?
I mean, it's
Oh,
not
I
an
want to be a
overwhelming
perfectionist.
majority.
I'll send you some
think so.
sample images I have where I set up.
I
The
think
lighting was
people
kind of
would
a
be
challenge,
pretty
and
crazy
so you
to-
can see what my taste is like.
Not go there. I'm not saying someone like Gates might have an issue, but
I'm basically
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, anything's got
I don't. I really
I'll
don't.
send you some.
Unless if some report comes out or something.
They're coming out right now.
I haven't seen
Dramatic.
shit
It just
besides.
came out today. The testimony in that report was that he's
So
80.
some of the best.
I
things
saw
I've
that
seen
over the
for
weekend. Yeah.
Webcast.
What about the
It's Megyn Kelly's
the
set.
for defense guy? He's a decent guy. They found something.
No
on
shadows
him.
whatsoever. I mean, doesn't
Dude,
it-
we wouldn't have a
It's one of
we
the
wouldn't have a
shadows,
new
'cause
Supreme
they-
Court justice
they make you
Where
look-
you have
if
a
everybody
dramatic
got their
image.
fucking
No,
say.
yeah.
So I mean,
you can
I
find
think
it
the
on examples.
Republicans
Yeah, I really
would
don't.
have to just get these guys through and get them through quick.
in the background.
They'd be
I don't know, you
crazy.
can find moving
They'd be
shadows. I mean,
absolutely
like-
crazy.
I'll
Have
show
one or
you.
two guys hold up
There's all
these
kinds.
people
I think
would be
that's Megyn
absolutely
Kelly's
insane.
talking
But
about
they don't
see
do it
behind
that
her some
way.
art.
They're
It's
not
like
going to
it's
vote on the whole
dramatic
shit.
How do I
shadows.
find her? Oh, there she is.
You know, every general in the military is trying to find something on Pete.
Well,
'Cause they're
I
worried
mean,
about
do you
him.
think that dude is
Megyn Kelly's
qualified to be
podcast on
Secretary of Defense?
YouTube.
I
I
do.
don't know.
I'm gonna find it
You
here.
do?
Mhm.
He's a
Are
good
you a
military
veteran?
man.
I think he was a good military man. That's a very
Well,
good way of
whoopty
putting it.
shit. Are you a? I mean, you know, big deal. He was a fucking National Guardsman, light colonel.
should have made
okay?
her.
05.
With
All that
combat
matters is
hasn't-
he's going to
he
push
hasn't-
through the
he
agenda.
hasn't been-
That's all that matters, man.
Dude,
He doesn't have to be a fucking four-star general.
Oh, I come up
no,
with
but I do believe this. Okay?
Who's doing it right now? You think he's qualified, bringing in all this,
Oh yeah, he's been to the War College. He's been to all these other.
bringing women into combat and all this other fucking shit?
Listen, I'm not saying policy-wise that I agree with everything Austin has done. I'm not saying that at all.
Well, he's
He was a
completely changed the
political
fucking
appointment,
military.
okay? He was a political appointment, but you can't argue.
10
with
seconds,
the fact
guys.
that The dude has.
Record and send all within the app.
Get out there and be heard.
To Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got people on the phones, need help all the time. You can always call us, and if you don't want to wait on hold, you can always call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. leave a message, and we will get back to you. Now, Joan wants to talk about home repairs and a contractor. We have John Fuller with us, Fuller Law. He is our personal injury expert. Let me bring in the studio here. And Mr. John Fuller, a quick question here. Oh, let me go to it right here. Oh, somebody must have heard you saying when it comes to in-state lawsuits, you get to choose counties carefully, whereas with a federal case, there's a bigger jury pool for the whole state. What do you mean by choosing counties? People said, what if they live in a certain county or an accident happens in a certain county? Can you actually bring a lawsuit somewhere else?
It depends, Tom. So what we're talking about there is venue, and the venue may be appropriate in say 3 or 4 different counties, and it could even be appropriate in a county where you happen to find the defendant and get him served in that county. So you could theoretically have an Arapahoe County plaintiff and a Boulder County defendant that happens to work in Denver, and you catch him in Denver and serve him there, and then Denver would be an appropriate venue. So Rule 98 of the Colorado Rules of Civil Procedure offer, I think, 4 different or 5 different scenarios about how you establish proper venue for a case to be heard in Colorado. And so
but you can't just dartboard a map and pick a county. It has to have some relation.
Well, no, but if you had 4 to choose from, you may very well decide that one offers a better demographic than another, or a better historical jury outcome for certain types of cases than others. So, sure.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? That's wonderful. Because I never knew that you had those options, and how, and when you say one county might afford a better option, what is there always one county better? Are there always counties you really like and counties you don't, or does it depend on the case is what I'm asking?
I think it depends on the case.
Okay.
I think it depends on the case. I mean, look, Tom, without going too crazy here, just look at the last, election cycle that we just had, okay?
Yeah.
We had counties where Democrats got 85% of the vote, and we had counties where Republicans got a majority. Do you think that the jury pool in those 2 counties might be a little bit different?
Oh, sure.
I would suggest that they would be. And so if you had a case and you were basing it on nothing other than that, you may prefer one county over the other. It's not a dartboard. I'm not saying you can just say, hey, I want Boulder County, and just go up there. But you may, just depending on who you're actually going after in that particular lawsuit. So, think about, Tom, if you were suing, say, State Farm Insurance, right?
Yeah.
State Farm operates in every single county in the state. And so you could technically, bring that action against that insurance company in just about any county because they have contacts in that county, and you could probably get them served, in that county. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can kind of pick where you want to end up.
Pretty cool. Joan.
Yeah.
You want to talk about home repairs? Let's go, Joan. What's happening?
Yes, I had fire damage. I had a fifth wheel parked beside my home, and it caught on fire. I was getting ready to move it to an RV park, and my neighbor come and told me there was fire coming out of it. Anyway, it caught on fire 3/1 of 23, and I hired Green Gable Restoration to come and take care of all the damage.
On
And
what?
they
On the
came in
trailer? On the fifth wheel? They have restoration companies for recreational vehicles?
No, the RV, the Cameo was totaled.
Okay, so the restoration company was for the side of your house?
Into the house, into
Okay.
the eaves.
So what happened?
The smoke got into the eaves of the house.
Yeah, uh-huh. So what is your problem
filled
now?
the house full of smoke.
Yeah, so what's the problem now?
Green Gables is not doing anything. They washed the walls.
Did you
and
pay
I
did you
gave
pay
a
them up
check for
front?
$38,000. No, I paid them when they were done washing the wall.
Okay, but that's all you paid them for was the wall.
them, and then I paid the insulation company that had to come and pull all the insulation out of the attic. I paid them almost $6,000.
How much did you
after
pay?
They were done
How
with
much
the
did you pay
insulation.
Green? How much did you pay Green Gables to clean the walls?
$38,397.10.
Wait. How do you wait? No. How do you spend $38,000 to wash the walls? Did they replace anything?
No, they just washed the walls.
Did your insurance pay that?
No, I paid it.
Wait. Do you have insurance?
I have Allstate.
Well, did you put in an insurance claim?
And Allstate did send me the money for those two jobs, the insulation and the wall washing.
Then why did you just tell me you paid it? Your insurance did not pay it.
Well, they sent me the check. I
Okay.
had
All
to
right. Okay.
pay
All right,
Green
Joan.
Gables out
Okay,
of
that's
my
a long
pocket.
way around there. Okay, got it. But you were reimbursed
Oh,
for
sorry.
it. Oh, no, that's okay. You were reimbursed for it. That's what's important. So, on the other thing that you hired Green Gable, then you hired the insulation company. What did they do?
They tore all the insulation out of the attic and coated all the beams
And who
put
is that?
new insulation in the attic.
And who is that?
I don't know the name of that company right off the bat.
Did Green Gables arrange that, or did you do that?
Yes, Green Gables arranged that.
Okay. And how much did that cost you?
$5,732.86.
Okay, so set basically 5,700. Okay, so what are you complaining about then? What's happening?
Well, because nothing has been done since that. They paid $29,000.
Well, what else is supposed to be done?
They're supposed to sand. They tore up all my floors, my hardwood floors. So Green Gables said that they would fix that. They tore up all my walls, getting all my furniture out of the house. They said they would fix that. So they're supposed to come in, and they're supposed to paint my house, inside my house, to coat this, after they washed it, to coat the walls. They haven't done that.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. But you have not paid. Here's what's good, I think. You have not paid for stuff that has not been done. You have not paid in advance. You've just been paying as they fix things, right?
Right.
That's good, Joan. That's good. So you can just fire them. You can just say, you're not fixing anything. We're done. Since they're all paid up to what they did, you don't have to keep going. Why are you sticking with them?
Just because they all keep coming to my house, say they're going to fix this or fix that. They're going to the outside of my
What do you mean?
house,
Hold on, Joan. What do you mean they all? Joan, what do you mean they all come to your house? Who?
Rachel, the owner.
No. I mean, are these okay? So Green Gables keeps sending people to you who promise to finish.
Right.
Okay, here's what I recommend.
Right.
Here's what I recommend. Now that you know they're clowns, do you like, by the way, what they did so far? Let's put it that way.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to stick with them? Because we can call them and say, what the hell are you doing? Or do we just get you hooked up with another company? I mean, what do you want to do?
Well, the people that were working with Green Gables, Nathan, I liked him. Now I called this William, and he isn't in with Green Gables Allstate anymore. He moved on to another company. But one of the big problems is that not Green Gables, but Allstate said I owed them a check for $23,697.
Allstate said, hold on.
Two checks.
Joan, just hang on. Each time you say something, you bring up more questions. Allstate said, Allstate said you owe who $23,000?
Allstate.
You owe your insurance company?
That I owed Allstate.
Why would you owe?
Yes.
I don't get it. Your insurance company paid you $38,000 plus $5,700. Did they pay you those two checks?
No, they paid me $23,697.24 twice.
Oh, they paid
and
you
then
two.
they paid me another check.
Okay, dear. They paid
What's
you.
that?
They overpaid you. They paid you. In this one. Wait. You said they paid you 20-something twice. That's 47.2, and then another. What was the third check? How much was the third check?
I think the third check was $21,327. Well, I didn't get the $23,697. It came to
Listen,
I got to back up.
Joan, don't bother. Don't bother. Joan, don't bother, please. You're really mired in details. Here's what we have to know, okay? Just roughly, if your insurance company roughly gave you 3 checks for $20,000 each, we know at least $20,000, right? 3 of them, right? Just roughly, Joan.
Right.
Okay, that's $60,000, right?
But the one check was to pay my Cameo off.
Okay, listen.
That's what they offered me to buy my Cameo because they totaled it in total.
Okay,
that
so
had nothing to do with the 21 and
one
the
check.
23,000.
One check was to pay the 5th wheel off. Is that right?
Right.
And then the other 2 checks were for damages to your home. Is that right?
Correct.
So I don't know why. These are not difficult questions. These are real basic questions. So my question to you is, in their demand for payment from you, they are apparently saying they overpaid you, right?
But I overpaid them because they made me send them another check for $23,697.24.
Okay.
They said if I didn't send them that money, I would end up in prison.
Okay,
jail.
Joan, you need Joan. Do me a favor, Joan. Do me a favor from now on. I just want simple one-word answers. I want one sentence. Okay. I don't want any kind of 23,677.23 cents. All I want to know is rough numbers. In rough numbers, here's what happens. Insurance pays you for damages. You pay contractors, or they pay contractors, whatever. So you get a total amount from the insurance company. If the insurance company pays you too much money, they want it back. So we have to do a simple ledger. How much did they pay you and how much did you pay out? And then we find out how much is left over. That goes back to your insurance company. They can demand it back. A lot of people think they get to keep it. They don't get to keep it, but you still have repairs to go. Now, your insurance company apparently thinks they paid for everything and overpaid you, and they demanded another $23,000. That's a yes or no. Is that right? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
And you paid them that $23,000. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are they still demanding more money at this point?
No.
Okay. So you're calling me because you believe Allstate took too much money back from you.
Correct.
Okay, hang on. I just wanted to get that straight. So you're saying they're being unfair to you. There's an easy way to sift through this. It's called math. Hold on. 303-713-8255. What the fuck?
Pulling teeth.
Go with your gut.
Jesus
Your dog's
Christ.
immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching,
Fucking
and a
math.
weak immune system. However, there is a solution.
We'll get there eventually. It'll take 3 or 4 hours, but we'll get
Jesus
For a grand
Christ.
total of 2 weeks, the dog
You know,
stopped
here's
itching,
the problem.
hair
People
stopped
think
falling
I'm not
out.
understanding
Try
what they're
Dinovite for
saying.
free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
I guess that's my turn, isn't it? Okay, so let's talk about Joe Lazzara. He's a criminal defense attorney, and he's someone that I hope you never need. Now, we're going into the holidays, and let's be honest, a lot of people are stupid. They overdrink and drive. Some people even do this. They get in their car and fall asleep and think they're cool, or they park, they pull over. You can still be arrested if you're in the car and have control of the car. Yes, and the keys are there. Absolutely. So I just want to tell you a bunch of things. Don't ever try to do things on your own and handle them yourselves. Even if you want to plead guilty, you need an attorney. And I don't want you scrambling for one when you're under pressure. So I'm going to give you Joe Lazzara right now that I've known for 30 years. Joseph A. Lazzara, Lazzara. You can find him at referralist.com, or you can call him for a free consultation always, and then flat rate pricing, 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Now, we were just talking about a restoration company and all of the crap this woman's going through to try to get it done. That's why I always talk about getting the correct restoration company first, up front. American Restoration is one of those companies. Well, it's the only one I recommend for restoration at this point, to be honest with you. I'll be right straight with you. Now, that's on the show, I mean live. Amrest247.com. Now, let me tell you why. They deal with insurance. They deal with all of the nasty stuff that comes across fires, floods, broken pipes, mold, asbestos. They know how to do it all. They have the FDA certificate, the environmental EPA certifications is what I meant. And also they have the knowledge, know-how, and the background and the insurance. They have everything they need to do the job right for you. So don't just hire someone, hire the right company, because your insurance is only going to pay once. 8337-AMREST. 8337-AM-REST or amrest247.com. So coming up December 7th is a webinar that you can attend from your home or office, your computer, your cell phone, whatever, and find out about Vestera Turnkey, the method to become a landlord without the conventional hassle and risk. Through Vestera, they counsel you on what to buy and where to buy it and when to sell it. And while you're holding it, the management company to handle the rentals, and they have made people 30 to 80% returns a year. They've doubled people's money in 2 years. They have done extraordinarily well, and they can do it for you. If you want to find out about this webinar and sign up for it, go to this website, mybiggestreturn.com, mybiggestreturn.com.
And just for his own political future.
Don't you think some of that, though, is definitely the parents or husbands or spouses? I mean,
That's his job.
Some of that victim stuff.
That's his job to say, this is an absolute slam dunk certainty, period, done deal. We'll never see the light of day again, or light of day again. It's my job.
And that's why we're a blue state, unfortunately, guys.
Yes.
I mean, the way we're coming up with nothing.
Right.
Well, we definitely were a little redder this season.
Hey, Mark, did you... Oh, he doesn't have his headsets on.
Plus at Aurora.
Mark,
I knew something was different.
Hey, Mark.
Hang on, he's putting his headphones on.
Did you see the county map where the red and blues are? My God, the whole country is red, except for the edge of California and Denver.
The sad thing is that's where
I
a lot
know
of the
Denver
population
and
is.
don't forget California, L.A.
They said Trump got better coverage than Verizon, you know?
Yeah, I'd like that, man.
God, that had to have
And
just.
Kamala got beat worse than Tyson.
Oh, they had to, man.
Yeah, but they're still counting California.
Yeah, but they didn't get the funny thing is they did not get most of California. They got most of the population, but not most of the counties.
Well, yeah.
They who?
The Republicans got most of the counties in California.
Yeah, but not the people.
Right.
Did Trump even show up in California?
Oh my God! Look,
Yes.
look at the map.
No, I mean he means
literally
physically.
Oh, sorry.
He
I
did.
don't.
He went to an Orange County fundraiser.
Oh, I do remember that.
I got a meme here that said, United States. They have all the red, and on the key it has red, United States of America. Then it has blue, dumb fuck it Stan.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna put it up. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. That's good.
Put up those teeth again.
Coachella.
So the most unbelievably unshocking reply from Jesse Schillinger.
What is that?
Sorry I didn't reply. I was under a car.
Oh, that's a good one.
People just rested yesterday.
I said, that happens.
I believe, because they were putting up some defense witnesses today.
Oh, this is such a pain in the ass piece of shit.
About as good as could be.
I mean,
But
For him?
For him, but who the hell knows, you know?
10 seconds, guys.
Okay. Well, we can get you on with.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, now, here's I understand her concern for sure. I understand her concern for sure. She's wondering, did she get treated properly by her insurance? So, Joan, thank you for answering my questions with short answers here for the minute. So right now, though, does your insurance company think you're even? They're not looking for anything else, right? They think you're all even, right?
No, they didn't understand why they asked for another $23,697. Mr. Williams, he said he couldn't figure it out, but they sent me a check for $75,308.83.
When was that?
Installation cost.
Wait, when was that?
I don't have a date on this.
Wait a minute. Joan, hold on, please. Joan, wait. Joan, please wait. You never mentioned in all of our conversations anything about $75,000. You said they sent you roughly 3 checks of $20,000 each. What I need to know, that $75,000 you're talking about, is that in addition to those other 3 checks?
I didn't get the 3 checks.
Oh my God. My God, I spent an entire segment where you said.
I'm so confused.
Joan, hold on. Let me try to make this simple, okay? If you add it up, forget about what you paid the contractors, forget about everything, and forget about what you paid back. If you added up every single penny you got from Allstate, what would it add up to? I don't care how many checks. I don't care if it was 1 or 5. I don't care. If you added up all of the money you got from your insurance, what would it add up to?
$75,308.83.
Okay, that's everything, right? That's every penny that you got from your insurance, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, of that, I just want to talk in raw numbers. This will not be confusing. Of that $75,300 roughly, how much have you paid out to contractors?
Well, take the RV out of there too, Tom.
That included your RV, right? The 75?
44,129.96.
Okay.
44,000 you paid out.
Right.
And that includes paying off your RV?
No.
No.
The RV was 31,178.
So that leaves $44,000.
Okay.
Right.
That 75,000 included the RV, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So it sounds to me, what I'm adding up, it sounds to me that's exactly what you should have been paid for your RV and the repairs that have been done thus far.
So the only question is why they asked for a refund.
Well, that's what I want to know,
20
because
grand.
don't trust what she just said. That's what I want to know. So here's what I'm asking, Joan. It's a very simple question. That $75,300 was paid to you. You paid off your RV. You paid a roughly $38,000 to Green Gables plus insulation, another $5,700. That all adds up roughly to your $75,000, right?
Right.
Now, are they asking for $23,000 from the $75,000?
Correct.
Why?
Nobody knows. They don't. They
But you
received
said to
my
me,
check 'cause I
you
sent it
said to
in so I
me
could get out of
before,
trouble.
and you said to me before, and I have the recording, and hopefully my audience has not committed suicide yet, but I wanted to ask you, you said to me that you already sent them back $23,000, did you?
I did.
Okay, then by my math, Allstate is screwing you.
And you need to take a break.
Hold on. Joan, they underpaid you. They underpaid you. Do you have a letter saying why they wanted the $23,000 back?
Oh, no, not a letter, no.
Do you have an
No,
email?
I did not get a letter.
How did you send it back to him? Did you just write a check out to State Farm and mail it off?
Allstate.
Correct.
Allstate. Hey, Joan, did you get an email from them? What did you get demanding the $23,000?
Hold on.
No, that's
We
not
need
a.
to get-
That's
we
not
need-
a. I get.
she
I
needs
need to
someone
take
like
a.
Matt
Hold
to
on.
get into it,
hold on.
man.
No, I need to take a break. I mean, I think I got to take a break. I'm not sure. I'm so confused now. I'm not sure what to do. I have some ideas of what I'd like to do, but yeah. I mean, anybody have any ideas? I think that we.
Matt.
I think we need to.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I can talk to her off the air if you want me to.
Fucking good.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
Oh my
This report is
God.
sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Couple sore spots throughout the Denver metro for the 1 o'clock commute. Starting over on the west end of town, we've got a crash in the right lane, Wadsworth Boulevard northbound, just after 6th Avenue. Some slow traffic back from 4th Avenue. Just south of town,
Before we go
I-25
back,
northbound,
ask
drivers
her
dealing
if she
with
got a
stall
fucking
approaching
email.
C470 in the shoulder. Some congestion
Or
back
something
from
we
Lincoln
can
Avenue,
see.
exit 193. If you've got a traffic tip for us today, go ahead and give us a call at pound 250 and say the keywords Denver traffic. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. Highs in the low 40s today, overnight low of 21. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow, warming back up with a high of 50. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. The Senate returns to Washington victorious. Mitch McConnell is no longer leader. We bring you inside the Senate vote. Tell you what really happened.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
888heating.com, the deep clean, $45, and high efficiency units. If you want to replace, they guarantee the best price, the best value for the same stuff. If you want high efficiency, 95 to 98%, save 30 to 40% every single month. If your system's getting older, you want to check out 888heating.com. If you just need a deep clean, it's $45 and a free assessment of your system. 303-770-2776. 770-2776. Hey, O'Brien Legal Services, real estate attorneys. If you need help with real estate, you need O'Brien. Specifically, let's talk about landlords. If you're a landlord nowadays, these eviction laws got very complicated, especially with the just cause clause. In fact, that clause applies to all leases. So in essence, even a year-to-year lease can be a perennial lease if you don't do it the right way. O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com. Any and all real estate matters. olslaw.com, 720-370-7388, 720-370-7388.
Yep.
Keep threatening to write a profile for her.
Oh, exactly.
And by we, I mean me.
And because the listeners are the way they are too, you're going to want to try and track the times for those spots.
How old is she?
To get the ads in there.
Good
So
friend
this
of
is when
mine,
the natural
another
break
attorney,
was, the natural break was.
lost his
break
wife to
was.
cancer 3 years ago. and
Rather
he
than
got started
them being in the middle of a segment,
And we
I write
met
down
the other day at
when they are.
Chris and bullshit for 2-3 hours. And he said it's hard as shit, man.
It's bad.
Yep.
I've been there, man.
I don't do it for the interviews because those are typically,
I was 39, starting over in the dating world.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, listen, there are no.
Oh, she's still holding?
Low
Oh, of course, because Tom's got some ideas.
Yeah. I do have ideas for her.
Yeah, angels out there, okay?
Luggage free.
If they haven't been married by that point, there's a problem.
There's something that's happened.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
And if you can't figure it out in the first date or two, it's on you.
It's going to sneak up on you.
Mm-hmm. But it was, I mean, there were some freaks out there too that were, it was a different world. Let me just tell you.
He was seeing one lady for a while that lost her husband, but it was even longer ago, and she didn't want him in the bedroom, so they would
See, that's a really challenging deal to stack two of those situations because.
Oh my God! It didn't last.
No, I can totally appreciate that, and I mean, there's things that you don't even think about, like to this day, like we don't have a phone at our house, okay? We've just got cell phones and stuff. We don't actually have a landline to the house.
Yeah.
At the time, which was now almost 20 years ago, we did. But I had never used it. I was a cell phone
What do we got
guy.
now?
It was my
Joan's
office,
sister.
Personal. I couldn't even.
Good
tell what
afternoon.
the
Thanks
damn
for
number
calling the Tom Martino Show.
And little did I know on the answering machine, because we still had a real live answering machine.
Okay.
Was my wife that passed away that left the message.
Oh.
And one of the girls I was dating
Okay.
called one
Would
day.
you like to tell
I
him
didn't
that?
know why she called that stupid number.
No.
It wasn't the
You
number.
don't
it
use
was me.
Okay, what's your
and
name?
got that message. and
Oh,
I'm just
dang
like,
it.
oh, fuck.
Rob,
You know,
R-O-B?
Just stupid shit like that. That you're like,
Perfect,
this
Rob.
is
Okay,
a
hang on for
challenge
me, and
for
Tom
any
will be
new
with you as soon as
relationship.
possible. Hold on.
To stack that and do a double, impossible. You know, I don't care what the Golden Bachelorette says. But
Oh, we're almost out of
the
time.
scary thing about the
darn.
Golden Bachelorette is that chick was like
Only
20
enough
years-
time for one more
no,
question for Joe.
5 years old.
He says it's hard,
That's
man.
not the
It is. How old
stinking
is he?
truth. I don't know what it is.
Only took 45 minutes to figure out that she paid over.
So he got set
Oh my
up.
God.
She paid back the insurance
flew out
company
to
when
one
she
of his
didn't need
college
to.
friends who, they've hung out forever. And the wife invited a friend.
Oh my
And
God.
they hit it off. They ended up going to New York City and hanging out for 3 days together and had a really good time. She is now going to come out in December and spend
Oh my
2
God.
weeks with him at his house, stay in the guest room.
This
and
has
they
been
truly
a
want to see
day.
if they're,
10 seconds.
Personalized care mix at Sound Relief. Visit us at soundrelief.com. That's soundrelief.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rob's got a comment on this issue we're going through, which is kind of giving me some headaches. But I know why Joan's upset. By all math, they are underpaying her on the claim for some reason. They are. But Rob, what is your comment?
Well, Tom, I think honestly she got scammed. The scammers know when payouts go out. They know, they see the traffic. I think.
I have a feeling she said someone is no longer with Allstate anymore, and I was going to get to that if I had enough. If I had another 3 hours.
Find out where she sent. Where did she send the money to?
Yeah, Joan and Mark was asking that too. You're right, Rob. Mark was asking that. Thank you. Hey, Joan, is it possible that you sent that money back, but not to Allstate?
No, I sent it back to Allstate.
How do you know that for sure?
Uh-huh.
How do you know that for sure?
I just wrote the check, maybe not even a month ago. I just wrote the
How'd
check.
you send the check?
I just wrote him a personal check and sent
How did you send it? By carrier pigeon or what? Did you put it in the mail? How did you send the check?
U.S. mail.
Okay.
U.S. mail.
Okay.
Just
And
a regular envelope.
And the address was, did they give you the address to send it to?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Has the check cleared?
Yeah.
Yes, the check cleared, and nobody knows why the check was sent to them.
Does State Farm say the same thing? They don't know why?
But William Harrison said his big boss was on his back for that check.
Here's what I need to know, Joan. Is State Farm wondering why you sent it back?
Allstate.
Allstate. I'm
Allstate
sorry.
know that you sent the check back if you call them.
Jesus Christ, we just can't get
Yes,
in it.
they know I sent the money back.
Okay. They know. Do they think it was a mistake? Do they acknowledge that you need to get that money back?
They just said they were going to check into it. They didn't know.
Okay, Joan,
why
hold on.
William
I'm going to give this to.
Harrison,
Hold on.
boss, was
This is
asking for the
clearly
money
not.
back.
Hold on. This is clearly not working. She's on another planet because it takes about 6,000 seconds for her to respond. So here's what I want. I want to give this to Deputy D to talk to her off the air. That's what I want to do.
Just let me ask her one question.
Oh,
When you
God.
wrote the check, did you write it to that person that you have mentioned now, or did you actually write it to, like, Allstate?
I wrote it to Allstate.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now, Joan, we really, all kidding aside, even though this is a complicated story, we do understand what you're saying. And we want to make sure that you get paid for the damages. Okay? And I should not even get into this right now, but I got to ask you, it's a very simple question. You mentioned there were still repairs to do, right? Oh my God, what?
Okay.
Joan, are there still more repairs to do?
Yes.
Okay. What is State Farm doing about those?
Oh, they haven't even touched the rest of the house.
I know,
Yes.
but Joan,
Yes.
was that
No.
$75,000 supposed to be for the RV and all of your repairs, or were they going to pay more?
I guess they were going to pay more.
What is your deductible?
$1,000, I think.
Okay. We're going to have Deputy D take this, put Joan on hold, and then everyone else put the guns down, put the rope away. Please, you don't have to. I'm going to stop right now. I'm putting you out of your misery without doing that, okay?
And tell Dimitri to reach out to Matt, too.
Yes. Matt Stanford,
she doesn't even need to hire Matt, but Matt can at least look at
our public
what
adjuster.
should be covered and look at the registry of what's been paid, what's been sent back. I mean, something is very odd.
Yeah, Mark, that's the only way to handle it. You're right.
Yeah, but I want Dimitri at least to get the lowdown on this.
Yeah, I'll get the summary from her today.
And then I wonder did she say if she was single? Because I know Deputy Doc
Now there's
is
an idea.
single as well.
House visit, you know?
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Anyway, Joan, hold on. We are going to get that information. And Rob's the one I already took, right? The comment? Okay, so we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Couple sore spots throughout the Denver metro for the 1 o'clock commute. Starting over on the west end of town, we've got a crash in the right lane, Wadsworth Boulevard northbound, just after 6th Avenue. Some slow traffic back from 4th Avenue. Just south of town, I-25 northbound, drivers dealing with a stall approaching C-470 in the shoulder. Some congestion back from Lincoln Avenue, exit 193. If you've got a traffic tip for us today, go ahead and give us a call at pound 250 and say the keywords Denver traffic. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. Highs in the low 40s today, overnight low of 21. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow, warming back up with a high of 50. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. The Senate returns to Washington victorious. Mitch McConnell is no longer leader. We bring you inside the Senate vote. Tell you what really happened.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, if you're looking for a bath and you're looking for a discount, then discountbath.com is where you want to go. Here's what I love about that site. It'll tell you all about Discount Bath, but the real deal is you can get a price on the phone or on the internet without them coming to your house. Here's what you do. Discountbath.com, fill out some information. They send you a link. They don't sell your information or bug you or anything, okay? They send you a link. You upload video. You upload video of that hall room bath you want to change, or the master bath, or the Jack and Jill bath for the bedrooms, or down in the basement, that roughed-in area, whatever you want to do. And then they'll send you back a price. They are great people, and they really do discounts. They do fabulous baths at discount prices, and they also do shower conversions at $9,888 all in. Discountbath.com. People that are great and do a good job. If you want to talk to them, 720-979-2322, discountbath.com. Our solar contractor that we love because they sell, they service, they install, they take care of all of the assets. They know how to do the direct you for the tax deductions and credits, and even grants for commercial systems that can be paid 100%. Yeah, if you qualify for that REAP grant, why don't you contact the honest people in solar, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449, redrocksrs.com.
Around minding my home business, and I thought, self, I should call that radio show. You know?
No, I was sitting around minding my own business, sipping on my tequila.
Me and Mr. Beam over here having a little afternoon session.
What was the call that you upset Tom when you were doing
God.
all those animal noises?
I'm not.
Oh, fuck.
That it?
Oh,
No,
God.
this was the animal noises. Tom was so pissed.
Tom was pissed on that.
Fuck, man.
Oh, that was a great day.
That was me
you
and
on a
Jeff
farm
Nick.
or
I was
something?
belly laughing on the fucking floor. I think Tom would have strangled me if he was here. So he's talking to this guy, and this guy's dog keeps barking in the background. So I tell Dragon to play something like a goat. So we play a goat, and Tom thinks the goat's in the guy's house, which is one thing.
Son
but
of a
then
bitch.
Dragon goes off script and plays like a fucking elephant. And Tom's like, "Where are you? Who's got an elephant in their house?"
It was. And Tom was pissed. You can tell.
Because me and Tom, the guy's talking about how he just lost his wife or his dad or something like a few months ago. And we're playing these fucking animals now.
You sons of bitches.
Tom's convinced he's convinced he's like on some farm in Colorado with an elephant, a tiger. What else did we have?
A monkey?
A monkey. And then, of course, the original dog is still barking in the background.
I decided, Mark,
Yes.
I decided I'm going to lease my next car.
Oh, okay.
It is It is ultimately the best thing for me. I mean, unbelievable. There is no downside at all that I can find.
Well, get a Tesla so you at least get a cool car.
But why do you hate Dimitri so much that you gave him Joe?
I know. I
volunteered for
I
it.
wanted to kick his ass, to be honest with you.
It'd take him 3 days just to get the story straight.
Hey, did you guys notice that she said the insurance company told her she'll go to prison if she doesn't send them the refund?
Yeah, that's why I have a feeling she sent that money to somebody else.
Yeah, an insurance company's not going to tell you that you're going to be imprisoned.
Well, she claims
Yeah,
she
but
sent
they
it
do
to
have
Allstate.
on every letter from an insurance company. They have a deal on there talking about
Oh
the
my
penalty
God.
for fraud and everything else on every
This is
letter
a
that we get
perfect
from an
lesson.
insurance
Yeah, but she
company.
says they told her that.
I know, but the letter probably told them that. You know,
The letter mentions prison.
Correct.
every letter we get from an insurance company has got some big bolded, bulleted deal about the penalty for fraud and everything else. I mean, that's just standard verbiage on a insurance company letter.
So this low price on this stupid fucking never mind. This effing lease. You know how many miles? It's 10,000 miles a year.
8 miles.
Well, how many do you do
That's
now?
enough for you, Tom.
Let's see.
You never run into
I
this
have been.
station anymore.
You're right. I've been under 10. I have been actually. Yes.
I've had 18 months in my Tesla, and I have over 40,000 miles.
I actually have been under that.
Help me.
How'd you know that, Deputy
10
Dollar?
seconds, guys.
Because we know you don't track.
Right way
I listen to Dan Caplis.
with Dan Caplis. Afternoons at 4 on 630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. I just hope no one drove off the road on any of our calls. But here's the deal, man. Well, let me take Steve real quick. Go ahead.
I think there's a hell of a good chance she got snookered by somebody.
I know it.
And sent 23,000.
I know it. I think somebody working there, because she kept saying this one man isn't with Allstate anymore. You remember she said that?
Not only that, she said they threatened to throw her in jail.
Yeah, this is weird. Yes. You know what? I'll bet you somebody stole that money from her. Yep. And I'll bet you it was someone who worked there, because she said, the man's no longer with Allstate.
He probably never was with Allstate.
Dimitri, keep an eye out for that. That could really could be some fraud there. Okay, Steve, go ahead, Steve. What's happening?
Real quick, Dimitri, get a copy of the canceled check and then reference it to an Allstate account if you can.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What's going on, sir? What's going on, Steve?
Hey, I just want to give a plug to Rock with All American Restoration. Make a long story short, our home burned down 15 months ago. Hired a contractor, took about $400,000 from us, blah blah blah, and walked off the job. Anyway, Rock has come and inspected the job, and he is willing to help us get through this mess and rebuild our home. And I just want to give a plug to Rock at American Restoration for stepping in and helping my wife and I put our home back together.
You know what? I'm so sorry that happened to you, but I'm glad he's able to help you. May I ask, how did the fire occur?
I had a little charging station in my garage that I kept all my DeWalt rigid batteries charging, and the lithium-ion batteries exploded in the garage, and it was an inferno.
Hold on. Are you telling? See, I've heard more than once this happening. Wow.
It was an absolute inferno. I mean, those batteries exploded, and by the time we realized the home was on fire, it was too late. So,
Okay.
I mean,
wow.
I just want to say thanks to Rock.
Okay.
Because that man has stepped in, and he's going to help us.
Well, thank you, by the way, for letting us know that. We certainly appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm sorry it happened. John Fuller, Fuller Law, wants something real quick. Somebody wants to know. In criminal law, people do judge shopping. Is that done in civil and personal injury?
Is what done?
Judge.
Say it again.
Judge shopping, whatever that means.
Well, no, it's not really as much of a thing in criminal because you don't really get to choose the jurisdiction unless you choose where you want to go commit the crime. But, there's several judges on the criminal docket, and you randomly get assigned to which one you're going to be in. So.
Anyway, John Fuller, thank you. Callfuller.com is the website. Callfuller.com, 303-597-4500. All right, people, you heard a crazy show. You'll hear even more crazy show tomorrow. Save all your problems for me. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Tom Martino.
Let me see what time this. Oh my God, what a fucking. I think she got.